All right.
What time is it over there for you?
It is 6:58 p.m. on the West Coast, so this is the 7 p.m. time slot. We're prime time. We're prime time, baby. Everybody watching live. Says Boy McBoy says hi, you bitch. That's messed up. Colbert says what up, bitch. Everybody's calling me a bitch. We're live with Colossal is crazy. You might know him better as Clown.
I'm just loading up the fucking chat.
You might know
I
him.
tweeted it out.
Nice. You might know Colossal is crazy even better as the guy behind the Hug Fusi Tube campaign.
2 dislikes already. What the fuck?
Haters. No, I got haters that follow me. The cool thing about
Who
being
hates
morbidly
you?
obese.
Who hates you?
Oh, dude, I'm morbidly obese. I get automatic haters. Yeah, like
That doesn't
Muhammad
seem
Ali
right.
says, lose some weight, bitch. It's perfect.
Is it working? Is it working?
Is it working? Colossal is daddy. It's got to be working if they know daddy's here. So, do you get a whole lot of groupies now?
Not that I've noticed. What are groupies? What are groupies?
Girls that just like blow
Definition.
you up, right? Like they won't leave you alone. Like,
Oh, I get people that tweet at me like on a fairly consistent basis,
okay.
but I reply to them, so I guess they're kind of not stalking me because since I'm replying, so they got to reply back.
Yeah. The reply is fine. Like, I know how girls get with me, and I'm like morbidly obese. I asked Ricky Berwick the same thing because he's got a little bit of shine, a little bit of fame, but he's obviously not Abercrombie level. Like you hide your face most of the time, but you're a handsome guy, so I just imagine it would.
I'm fucking beautiful.
You
I'm
really
beautiful.
are. Like
Colossal, what do you think of Ricky? He's like a mutant. I don't know how he's still alive.
He's the grossest
But I'm
Muppet.
halfway glad that he is. I think that's my answer.
That's beautiful. I don't think Ricky, like, when I look at somebody that has a disability, I think they're super fragile. But I think Ricky Berwick could really take an ass whooping. Like he can get thrown around.
Yeah, I would like to see you fight him.
Oh, fight him? I would wreck him. I imagine unless he just started biting my ankles and gave me tetanus or something.
Fucking rabies.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, there's a good chance he has something in his teeth that would shut my system down. I would just lay there twitching.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, if you and I were gonna head a football team, and Ricky Berwick was going to be the football, we play like not soccer, American football, right? If we play American football rules where you have to like throw Ricky Berwick and carry Ricky Berwick under your arm and maybe punt him every once in a while, like who would you want on your team if you knew Ricky Berwick was the ball?
It's like a fucking difficult one because you're playing American football with Ricky Berwick as the ball.
Yeah.
Like, who would want to hang on to the fucking ball in the first place?
Celestia Vega, I bet.
So you got a dilemma.
I bet you she would be really good with the ball. She would handle the ball very well. You're
holding on to Ricky Berwick's fucking head
Yeah.
under your arm and just spitting at you. He's just dribbling all over down your fucking front and stuff. Like, who wants that? Who wants that?
There's usually no dribbling in football. That's for basketball. But when Ricky Berwick is the ball, there's a lot of dribbling.
That's such a shit pun, Billy. But I love it.
I do. I'm a horrible. I would make a really good dad, though. I think I have top level dad jokes.
Yeah, you'd be a good father. You'd be a good father before you ate them. Like fucking, what's that god that ate all his fucking children?
I don't know.
Cronus.
And then hamsters, I guess, do the same thing, right? So it's Cronus, was Cronus the god of war, or?
No, Cronus was like the first god, and he ate like Zeus and Ares and people like that. Okay. Like he ate his children, and they were like survived somehow in his stomach, and then they became the first Greek gods and then like overthrew him.
And he crapped them out, or
He was a titan. He was a titan.
yeah.
Kronos, the
Yeah.
titan. That's it.
So he eats his children, and hamsters eat their children. So I'd be somewhere in between a god and a hamster.
Yeah.
I think that describes me pretty well, actually. Would you put FouseyTube on your team?
Is this American football or basketball?
American football. The American football. I think. Like, I don't think you could.
He's
really,
quite a big guy, so I think he'd be pretty good at playing American football.
And he's really good handling sick kids, right? Like from that one video he did.
Right.
It's messed up.
We just did to put it in perspective for the chat, we just did a live stream on Keem server, and would you believe 50-50 all the way, literally 50% said give FouseyTube a second chance, and 50% said fuck FouseyTube,
it was like
don't give
thousands of people who voted too.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like it just tied like 10 to 10 or something. It was like 1,300 to 1,300 or 1,500 to 1,500. Like
it was so close.
It was like
I
within
couldn't
maybe
believe
like 20 votes either way, if that. And it was bouncing back and forth the whole time. And it was half the people said forgive him, the other half said fuck that.
I'm genuinely like I was very surprised by that. Like that must be the true depth of like the pandering and all that bullshit. It really goes to show it has an effect. And the chat was going fucking ballistic at me, like fuck clown. How can you not give him a second chance?
Well, it was
like,
also
what?
Keemstar's stream, right? And Keemstar was
Right.
leaning towards the second chance. So you can consider most of the people they're watching are probably Keemstar's fans, and they're gonna side with Keemstar over most, right? Like so
Possibly,
that could be part
but
of it.
even so,
Yeah.
like a lot of people follow Keemstar just to fuck with him at this point.
Yeah.
So you get a kind of mixed bag with it. Even so, the percentage, insane. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
But there you go. We
And-
apparently got to give FouseyTube a second chance.
Everything he's doing here is it's gonna get him that second chance. These sleepovers he's doing with YouTubers, they're gonna get all these people who have their own intimate fan bases are going to see FouseyTube in like his ultimate pander mode. They're all gonna see him in like the nicest, realest version of himself because he's on his best behavior. You know, just being a regular guy. How could you not like him if the people that you follow like him and let them into your home, right? Like it's perfect for winning over new fans or old fans even, because if he goes to Logan Paul's house, and I don't know, they probably all like him anyways. I don't know the fan base that well.
He's smart, like he knows how to fucking play it. But then in fairness, he's been doing this for years. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
I just can't believe that so many people fall for it. Like smart people are falling for it.
Yeah.
What? Like all the shit this guy has pulled. And yet still, people are just very, very willing to give him a second chance automatically. I feel like most of them are sheep. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you want to give him a second chance? Like, that's great. Of your own volition? Papa fucking bless, you know, that fucking meme. You know, go for it, dude. But, like, at least look at the facts and, like, look at the history and don't just follow people blindly into giving them a second chance just because your favorite fucking YouTuber is doing it. Just, like, think about it. I feel like most of those responses just aren't genuine. I don't know.
Yeah. It's really hard to like turn somebody down when they're asking for forgiveness, right? Because that shows humility. But like you've seen with him before, when he looks for humility and things, when he looks for apologies and things.
What's the one word you summarize with FouseyTube? What's the one word that personifies this guy? Fake. Like, it's got to be fake. Everything he's done is fake.
That's the one that I always
Pranks, social experiments, his fucking apology, his little stage drama with Rice Gum, his entire personality.
His religion, his hair.
This thing that he's doing now, like, how is that not fake? If all the other things were fake, why is this real? And it just doesn't matter to people. They don't care. They don't notice.
Taylor Lawrence says everybody has a past, right? She's trying to say everybody has a past, so you have to leave that in the past. You can't judge them for their past. But in this scenario, like, you have to look at people's past if past repeats itself on a regular basis.
Yeah, dude, you've got to. Like, I understand, like, things in the past, like, new chapter, move on. But he's done this so many times that you've got to look at the past. Like, you're irrational if you don't.
Yeah.
But if you automatically, like, yeah, no, give him a second chance. Doesn't matter what he's done. Doesn't matter. But he's fine now because it looks on the surface, on the very thin surface, like thin as fucking ice, that this guy is trying to do better. No, we'll give him a second chance. No, like, that's madness. That's not rational thinking.
Yeah.
Are you going to give FouseyTube a second chance?
I'm willing to see where this goes, because even if he is bullshitting and lying, if he changes the direction of his channel and just turns it into him vlogging and meeting with other YouTubers and stuff, I don't see harm in that, right? And
Right.
and if he's gonna be a YouTuber, either way, I'd rather see him being a YouTuber that's not driving into the negatives of the population, where you can play into people's emotions, which he kind of was doing when he hit off with the homeless right off the bat. That was him playing into the emotions, like he did time and time again before with his social experiments or social pranks. So that lead off, but then he immediately repealed, I'm not homeless, guys, I'm just giving up all my items to try and reconnect with what's real. And it's bullshit, right? But most of YouTube is bullshit. And if he's going to do this level of bullshit that is at least not actively deceiving, and it's just entertainment, like he's creating entertainment, right? That's all this is. He's creating
It's a publicity stunt.
Yeah.
It's the same thing he did with Rice Gum. Everything is a publicity stunt. It's the same thing he did with that kid with cancer. Publicity stunt. All the way through. Like, this is the third publicity stunt now, but people don't think it is. Well, sorry to tell you all that, okay, you can never be 100% certain on anything, but I would stake every fucking penny in my bank account that I guarantee you that this is a fucking publicity stunt. And if you buy into it and think this is genuine and think this is real, then you've got to, like, question your own fucking sanity at this point.
I don't think it's unfair. I don't think it's unfair, though, for people to do publicity stunts. I feel like we live in a world where guerrilla marketing is the only way the little guy gets ahead, right? So just to automatically say publicity stunts are bad if they're done well, I'm all for publicity stunts.
I couldn't agree with you more. But you've got to think of the motive behind it, right? It's all about the motive. Like, a publicity stunt on its own, if the motive was good, no problem. Like, that's absolutely fine. What's FouseyTube's motive behind this? Because it's not fucking good, is it? He's got so much hate. His channel has been falling off. So now he's going to do this fucking thing. Let's read the donation.
He's definitely trying to get some footing back positively. There's a reason he disappeared for months, and it happened to just disappear when the ads started to fall apart and the algorithm changed. I think he had somebody on the inside. The same thing with Casey Neistat, who sold his channel right when everything started to fall apart. I think these guys had someone on the inside to tell them, hey, if you ever thought about taking a vacation, now's the time, because you're not making your channel's going to change regardless. And a lot of people dipped out at the perfect opportune time. The people who stayed in, people like Leafy, people like H3H3, they're trying to create this content. They've been saying nothing but how bad they've been struggling for the last 4 or 5 months, But shout out to Tipster Gaming. He was the one with the donation to the Donut Nation. He says, tell Colossal that Team Tipster loves you, Colossal. He loves you. He loves Colossal.
Nice. Thank you. I love you too, whoever you are. Thanks for your donation.
Team Tipster Gaming. But yeah, thank you definitely for the donation. Back to the story at hand, though. We talked. Well, I talked very little on the live stream with Keem, because whenever Keemstar and Chad talk, like as you could tell by the last episode, I nut up and I sit in the corner quietly. I'm like, is Daddy done talking? But but I like it's hard to get a word in with certain guys, and I don't like talking over them. So like earlier, I didn't really get to say a lot about what I had to say, but I also don't think what I have to say about FouseyTube is as important as what you have to say, right? Or what
Oh no,
Keemstar
it's
has to say.
equally as important for
But
sure.
right now, it's like we want to hear your voice on this. We want to hear why Keemstar is supporting him and trying to push him onto Andy and Jesse as Keemstead. You know, we want to know where you stand when all these other people are starting to forgive FouseyTube. Like I was watching Andy Milanakis' live stream. I've watched Andy forever. I love Andy. Hey, Fidget with the $10 super chat. Fidget S. As an Arab, do you understand how much shit I've gotten because of him? Oh, but Fousey did this. Get the fuck out. No billionth chance. No billionth chance. Fidget says
Agreed.
no billionth chance. Okay. Okay.
That's the important thing to remember as well. This isn't a fucking second chance.
Yeah.
I don't even know why we're phrasing it as a second chance here.
Yeah.
It's far from second. We're talking not billions, perhaps, but it's quite a fucking few times that he's
Yeah.
done this shit, apologized, and gotten away with it.
This is my stance on it. As far as him doing it this way, he's going to do something regardless with his channel, right? If he's going out now and collabing with guys and trying to rebuild things from the ground up with other people, and maybe other people are going to get some shine off of him through this too, then at least it's more of a community-based climb back up. But then, could he climb up without the community? Like a lot of people say that when you joined Baited with Keemstar, that you did a lot for Keemstar's credibility. Would Keemstar be where he is now without that? Shadow Humor super chat says, "Cup the balls, Keem. Cup the balls, Keemstar. If you're listening right now, cup the balls." Shadow Humor really wants Keemstar to cup the balls. He's been saying this to me for fucking weeks now. But like you vouched for Keemstar early on with Baited, and a lot of people credit you for bringing Keemstar back into the good graces of the community. I don't know if that's all on your shoulders. I wouldn't give it all to you, right? But a lot of people do say that without you and Tommy C, to a lesser extent, that people wouldn't have taken him seriously after the grade A under A Leafy is here falling out, and everybody else dumping on Keemstar at the same time, like the IDub shit just piling on.
I don't regret it either.
Yeah.
Good for Keem. Like, that was not the reason I did Baited. I did it for entertainment purposes. But if that was one of the side effects that Keem was able to refute these videos that Leafy and Grade made against him, then fuck yeah. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Andy's stream yet, but yeah, I was a little bit surprised when he sided with FouseyTube and was willing to forgive him. But I like to think that, Andy's like a decent person. Like, he's one of the most genuine people, So I think, he's just forgiven him out of the goodness of his heart type thing. I don't think I'm as nice a guy as Andy Milanakis, to be perfectly honest. And I think that's why I'm not going to give this fucker a second chance. I'd pretty much give anyone else a second chance. I've done it with countless other people before. The Frankie fucking project, I saw someone mention in the stream chat. I must have forgiven him like 3-4 times. But you got to understand, like, that was a personal thing. Like, that's what he did to me. I don't give a shit about what Fousey did to me. I give a shit about what Fousey has done to, like, so many other fucking people. Especially with that kid with cancer. Like, that's way worse than anything the Frankie project could have done to me. Yeah. Completely different. Apples and oranges,
It's definitely... It's like the video that you put together, I think it was so well done that it really opened up a lot of eyes. And it put...
Well, clearly not, because the vote was 50-50.
Well, you can't.
If you watch that video, and bear in mind, like, no video is 100% factual or anything, but he didn't dispute one word of it. So let's assume that it is 100% factual.
Yeah.
Even if you watch that video, some of those people will still forgive FouseyTube after all the shit he did.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't add up. That's not rational thinking.
Well, it's easy to offer for people want to offer forgiveness because they want to know that if they were ever to screw up that they would get forgiveness themselves, right? That's kind of what
Well,
religion's
that's an
based on, is
interesting point.
forgiveness.
That's an interesting point, and I see that as a very cowardly way of
Yeah,
copping up.
it definitely can be looked at as cowardly. Um, I got a couple donations. Neon Amadeus with a $5 donation said, "I agree with Colossal on this. FouseyTube's lied so many times that it's hard to distinguish what he's saying as true or not, right?" And then we
Right.
also got a super chat from Fidget S again. Says, "Off topic, Colossal. Did you upload and delete a video recently? I didn't get a chance to watch
Yeah,
it."
it was Rice Gum was doing a challenge where he
Yeah.
was giving $10,000 to whoever uploaded the most clickbait video to their channel. So I just did it as a joke on my second channel. If I won, by the way, I would have taken the money. But unfortunately, like the other competitors in the competition flagged down the video, obviously so that their video could be higher. Because at that point, my video was winning in terms of views. So if I had won and it wasn't taken down, I would have got $10,000. But anyways, they took it down. So fuck them.
Your video got taken down
Yeah. They took it down. They flagged it down.
because it was.
Like a bunch of competitors, probably with bot accounts actually. But
Oh,
it sucks, dude. I could have won $10,000. Like that would have been crazy.
that's actually fucked up. Like that's
Yeah.
I.
I would have liked that $10,000
For
to be
real?
honest. And I'm more than happy to take it from fucking Rice Gum as well. Like, other than FouseyTube, probably, there's no other person I'd be more than happy to take fucking money from. So my conscience would have been absolutely clear. And it was just cool. What was the video called? Like, Rice Gum fucks a dog, I think. Snapchat stories. That was the video. And it was just like a picture of him wearing like the Snapchat dog ears. And it said like woof or something like that. I don't know.
Who ended up
Something like
winning?
that.
Do you know?
It's the
It's still
competition is going for like another week. But I think the highest viewed video at the moment, I couldn't remember the title off the top of my head, but it's got like 40,000 views or something like that.
So
Maybe
do you
50.
think your video would have been like blowing that one out of the water?
It would have been close.
Okay.
But I think they're using bots. Because like $10,000 is on the line, right?
Yeah.
You just upload a video to your channel. Billy, you should fucking do this, by the way. Like, no joke. I wouldn't even feel bad if you did this. In fact, please do it. Upload a video to your channel. All you got to do, you don't even have to upload anything. You can just upload yourself staring at the screen for 5 minutes. Sorry, it's got to be over 10 minutes. So upload yourself staring at the screen for over 10 minutes and just put the clickbait title. Boom, $10,000 fucking dollars if you get like 60,000 views or something, which you should be able to get. Get Leafy to promote it and stuff. I'll promote it. Got $10,000. Give me like $1,000. We'll be sorted, Billy.
I'll break you off
We'll
a
be
couple
sorted.
G's, man. Well,
Yeah.
we'll go halvesies and we'll spend it all in Las Vegas on strippers. Something
Fuck
to
yeah.
fear did his
Let's do it.
$10 super chat said, "Clown, why do you continue to deal with Keem though? He's not Fousey level bad, but I can't understand why post baited you still deal with him."
I like Keem. He's fucking entertaining to be around,
Yeah.
and he's not evil. FouseyTube is fucking evil. That's the difference.
Yeah.
See, like Keem did some pretty shady shit to me. Like he fucking doxed me, for instance. I forgave him, so I'm not above forgiveness. But FouseyTube is like one of those people that you just can't forgive. Like there is a limit for everyone.
Yeah.
There's got to be. In fact, bear that in mind. If I'm willing to forgive Keem, or anyone for that matter, but not willing to forgive FouseyTube, I think there's a fucking good reason behind that. Like, bear that in mind.
Do you think if FouseyTube took the time to like get to know you and start a podcast with you, that you might forgive him?
Fuck no. No. Based on the complete track history, I barely want to speak to this guy. I will speak to him, like one conversation, if he really wants to fucking speak to me. And there is talk like he's going to give me back the money that he apparently stole from my YouTube video. Well, not apparently, he fucking did. Like, he can give that back, that's fine, but I'm not going to clear his name or anything. I'll take his money. I'm more than happy to take his money. Money is money. But if he thinks that I'm going to forgive him just for that, or clear his name, or put out my support for FouseyTube, then he's fucking fucked in his mind. I'm not going to do that.
Leader
I'd
asks-
rather he could pay me like $300,000, not 30 or whatever. I still won't give a shit. Like, he's just that bad of a guy. You don't forgive someone like that, and it'd be morally fucking wrong, in my opinion. for me, who's made this video on him, knowing all that I know, to forgive someone like that is morally fucking wrong. Now, if you don't know all the facts, fair enough. If you're just such a good person and you're willing to overlook it and you forgive anyone who does wrong to you, then fine. Papa fucking bless. Like, forgive him. Forgive him, fine. I've got no quarrel with you. With like Andy Milonakis, Keemstar, Jesse Wellens, like all these people that he did shady shit to in the past, like if they want to forgive him, fine. I'm not going to hold him against it.
Yeah. Leader asked who you think is worse, Onision or FouseyTube.
FouseyTube, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like basically besties with Onision. Like I touch his penis and stuff and sacrifice my firstborn for him. So like, am I a sycophant here? Am I a piece of shit for dealing with Onision? I would probably, if I was in this scenario where like I got to invite FouseyTube into my home, I would do it. But it's probably because I could easily fucking best him in like a grappling series if worse came to worse. So I'm not worried about that. I'm alpha as fuck, so I'm down to forgive people quickly because I never forget, right? Like I have no problem with people being shitty human beings around me because I feel like I am an agent of karma and I will fucking end you if you come out of pocket around me. People change when they're around me because I'm such a fucking big blob of a human. Like it's just people seem to get really comfortable and nice, or no, not comfortable. They get really nice and sweet around me. Like I don't see people acting a fool around me in my vicinity too often. People right now are in chat saying, "Fucking die, Billy. Drink bleach, get fat, or your herpes face." And I'm like, you said that in chat, but if you were here with me right now, you'd be fucking probably wanting to rub my feet so I don't step on your throat. Sorry.
People get away with saying a lot of shit on the internet. Let's face it.
Yeah. But like, the thing FouseyTube's doing right now is he's getting other YouTubers to forgive him, and in the process, all the fans of them are going to forgive FouseyTube as well, right? So he's doing this forgiveness by numbers. He's getting huge opinion swings every time he does a video with Andy Milonakis and Jesse Wellens, or I don't know who else he's done it with yet. Like the only one I saw, and while I was watching him sit and drink and eat with Andy and Jesse, it was like I didn't hate the guy. I didn't hate the guy when it was happening. He's
good at this shit, man. He's so good at it. He's a people person, like classic people person. But like deep down, when you take away the fucking veil, he's a manipulative snake. He is.
Yeah.
A Nightmare Leviathan 667 production says. I need to get some water in a minute. Colossal, could you please list off the things FouseyTube has done to make you and a lot of other people dislike him? I'm sorry, but I don't understand what he did. I don't know that YouTuber. Well, I've got a very good video on my channel. Sorry to promote it. And that is only part one of all the bullshit that he did. So if you watch that, bear in mind that he didn't dispute a single thing I said. So let's just take it for granted that it's 100% factual. I'm not saying that it is, but I think it is. Then watch that, and if your opinion of FouseyTube is still the same, then you're kind of insane. My opinion.
You just pointed out that was only part one.
That was only part one.
Is this the perfect time for part two to show its face? Like,
I don't know. It's like I hated working on that first part, right?
Yeah.
So I know I'm going to hate working on part two. But maybe you're right. And maybe it's the perfect opportunity to make part two, or at least start on it.
I mean,
maybe. It's kind of like dangerous territory, though. It's dangerous territory. Because that kid, unfortunately, has passed away since the first part.
And that was a big part of part two, right?
And I don't even know if I want to touch on that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of crazy territory. Sorry, I'm just getting some water.
Yeah.
As regards Onision, like whether he's worse than FouseyTube or not, the thing is, like, Onision would be someone like I forgive because I don't really know very much about him. I never really looked into making a video on Onision at any point. Now, I know nobody has anything nice to say about him, or at least Very few people have nice things to say about him. I feel like he's an overdone topic, so he's never a video that I would approach anyway. The thing is, when you get someone like that, who's being talked about to death, I guarantee you, as many as facts there are about him saying bad, negative things, I guarantee you there are some fucking lies in there too. Yeah. So when there are X amount of videos made on this guy, as was with Keemstar, you know, you've now got a huge job of separating the factual from the fictitious. And like that is a huge undertaking. So I don't even know if I want to undertake it at all. Onision has done nothing to me, but then again, FouseyTube has done nothing to me that I warrant as anything questionable. You know, he just took the money. I don't really care about that. So I'd really have to look into like all the shit Onision had did if I'm going to make a judgment whether I give him a second chance or not in that same scenario. And the answer is I don't know enough about him, so I can't fucking do it. That was long-winded.
Yeah, I think I know more about him like personally than I know about him from what he's done in the past. Like I wasn't a big YouTuber until you tipped me off to Pyrocynical, and Pyrocynical did the video on me. As far as like the YouTube community goes, I've had a YouTube account for like over a decade. I did my music and shit on there, but I never really focused on the community itself and the commentary communities, like whether it be Onision or Leafy and Pyro and yourself and Keem. I'd known Keem for a while, so like I knew Drama Alert, but I didn't watch Drama Alert because I didn't know the people he was talking about. I would check in when he was talking about somebody I knew, but I wasn't like a loyal Keemstar follower, even though like me and him go way back. And the thing when Onision hit me up was all I really knew about him was the videos I saw Leafy and everybody doing on him, and I did a video on him myself, and I guess he thought the video was funny, and he said, "I want to do a video with you," and I somehow he asked me to do a video with him, and the next day I was hanging out with Seer in real life. Like the day after Onision asked me to do a video with him, I was hanging out with Seer for the first time, and we were like drinking and partying, and I talked to Seer about it, and I was like, I'm supposed to be like meet up with Onision and do this video. At first, Seer was like, "Don't do it. Don't." He's like, he's a fucking piece of shit. Don't work with Onision. And we talked for a little bit, and he was like, "You know what? Fuck it. Go there, see what you can do. Get a feel for the guy, who he is. You know, like I worked with him for a while. Maybe things will be different for you." And I did, and he was always real cool with me until recently he like flipped out because a couple good reasons. Keemstar mentioned him on Drama Alert, something about his house was being mortgaged off, or not his house was under a mortgage or whatever. He said his house was paid for, and then he said he got the information from a mutual friend of him and Onision, Keemstar and Onision, and I'm like the only person that fits that bill. So Onision thought I like said some bullshit lie to Keemstar, which I didn't.
Yeah.
And then like Leafy does a video on Onision, which he's been talking about doing for like before I even met Onision. So like it was going back and forth whether he would do it. He didn't do it for months, and he finally released it. And like Onision was like, "Why do you tell me Leafy likes what I do if he's gonna fucking do these videos on me?" And it's like I told him in person when we're talking, like I would tell him the things like I would talk about with Leafy, because Leafy and I were talking about trying to meeting up with Onision, having lunch with him. And seeing if we can make some shit happen, you know, just as like everybody here in Seattle, building some things. It never worked out, but like Onision immediately just looked at me like I'm the biggest fucking liar in the world, and it's like that sucks because I could totally see why he thinks that. It's not even like in one of those scenarios where everybody goes like Onision gets crazy for no reason. It's like when you put the pieces together, it kind of makes sense for him to think that. It's wrong, right? It's wrong. But like I didn't even get one of those good blowout moments with Onision where it's like, oh, he went crazy on me. Fuck that guy. He's a son of a bitch. He got mad for no reason at me. Like I don't even get that. Like he probably could have been a little more understanding of the situation, but it's like it was two scenarios where it did make me look kind of like shady in his eyes. So I can't be mad at that guy for the way things went down.
It's hard, man. Like friendships, on the internet especially, so hard to balance. And the more you gain, the harder it is to balance it all out. Like, I'm in a situation now, like, I won't mention their names, but it's like one friend hates the other friend, vice versa. And you're caught in the fucking middle trying to deal with it. And this isn't even Keemstar and Tommy. Like, that's a whole other situation.
Okay.
Like, it's not even that. Like,
Yeah.
there's another one, and then another one pops up. And then you've got another mutual friend who hates one of those mutual friends, but not the other one. He thinks he's okay. And then the roles fucking reverse.
Yeah.
It's, like, so complicated to keep it all in check. And, like, you just have to, like, sit back and go, like, fuck this shit. Like, I don't want anything to do with it. Like, I'm sorry, your beef is your fucking beef. Like, you deal with it. Don't come to me to mediate it or try and solve it. Like, this is your problem. You know, you're my friend. I want to help you out, but I can't help both of you out at the same time because that would be fucking one of you, either A or fucking B or C. You know, it's a crazy situation. And the best thing you can do, in my opinion, not to get involved at all and just, like, sit back and just go, fuck it, I can't deal with it. You know, they're putting you in a fucking difficult position all the time.
Yeah.
Like you and Elysian and Leafy. Like, Leafy will say, fuck Elysian, and Elysian will say, fuck Leafy. You can't be friends with A, you can't be friends with B. You just say, look, I've got nothing to do with this. This is your issue. This is your personal fucking beef. Deal with it yourselves. Don't ask me, Billy the Fridge. I'm a big guy, you know, to sit in the middle. Like, if you guys are on the fucking plane, like, you don't want to share a seat together. Well, I can't share a seat with you either because I'm taking up the whole fucking settee here.
I'm already sharing seats with
the
myself.
whole sofa. Right.
Fidget S with a $10 super chat says, "Clown, tell them to deal with their own shit like adults."
Yeah, I think that's the way forward. Speaking of Elysian, let's see if we can get him in here. I've never spoken to him before.
I'm gonna hit him up and see. I haven't talked to him privately for like weeks. So I've talked to him like on.
Well, you probably won't say yes, but the invite is there.
Yeah, I have to scroll back and see where my last interaction with him was. Let's see if he's up for it. But yeah, I haven't talked to him for over a month and a half almost.
Colossal discussed this on Catch 33. Yeah, it probably will come up. I think Tommy and Dave are going to agree with me, to be honest. Tommy probably because he'll be against Keemstar no matter what in the argument, and Dave normally agrees with Tommy. But who knows? We'll see. We'll see. When is the next Catch 33? Dude, I don't fucking know. I don't know. We recorded something with Chris Reagan. I didn't think it was particularly good. But Tommy thinks it was good, so might release it, might not, might re-record. Can't say.
I talked to Chris Reagan for the first time ever a couple nights ago, actually. Yeah, he was real good conversation. The podcast might be decent. I don't know. Just judging on how he was talking when we were bullshitting. You know, he's a good guy to talk to, even though I don't really follow his stream of consciousness type stuff, you know? I'm not
yeah. No. We had this conversation. This is the reason I think that the conversation we had on Catch 33 was kind of boring. Mostly because, like, Tommy was having it out political-wise with Chris. I know absolutely zilch about politics. So anything that they were discussing, and like 7 or 8 of the 10 questions were about politics. So I had no fucking input whatsoever. And I was trying to think of like something funny to say, but like when it comes to politics, I just can't think of anything fucking funny. So it was a complete waste of time. But who knows? Maybe it's good. Maybe people will like it. I don't know. Maybe we will re-record. Can't say. Yeah.
Politics is always weird because even like the country that you live in, at least in America, it seems like the majority of people in America don't follow politics. And American politics are a little more worldwide, but like the audience in America doesn't even follow what's going on as much as like the people who are actually interested in it. So it's going to go over a lot of people's heads. Even if your joke is fire and on point, most people aren't going to be able to get the joke because they don't give a shit about politics.
Yeah, and neither do I, to be perfectly honest. So I don't blame him. Colossal, I think Fusi is going to waste your time. I wouldn't take a cent from him, even if he offered to pay you back. Well, this is money that he owes me, so of course I'm going to take his fucking money, but that doesn't mean I'm going to forgive him in any single way. Not for what he did to me, because again, I don't fucking care about that, but forgive him as a fucking human. Like, it's not going to make any difference. Whether he pays me back or not, my opinion is not going to change. But I'll take his fucking money. I'm very happy to take his money. Well, it's not his money, it's fucking mine.
How did it... Okay, so basically he got paid for the video that he claimed, right? And that was the video you made.
Right.
And
that claim turned to be unfair.
It was unfair,
but
and YouTube didn't reverse the payment, or was it... How's that
because
work?
at the time the escrow system wasn't in place. In fact, I believe it was about 10 days away from the escrow system being in place, in which I would have actually got that money back. Unfortunately, it was before that time, so therefore you can call it a loophole, but you could just call it like a feature that they hadn't implemented yet, unfortunately, where Fusisoup kept all the money, and therefore the fair thing to do would be to pay it back. But whether he does or he doesn't make any fucking difference to me, because it's not going to change my opinion of him.
And there's no way to tell
But
exactly how much money is?
I don't know exactly, no, because obviously he claimed it, so I can only get an estimate.
Yeah.
So like $2,500 to $4,000 is like the estimate.
How many views did it get?
By the time the claim was reversed, it had like 1.2 million, maybe 1.3, something like that.
That's crazy.
And
it was a 45-minute video too.
Right. So it was going to be quite a lot. At least $2,500.
Were you able to see the views? How many people, like, the minutes watched on it? Did most people follow through with the whole thing?
I could tell you now if you want.
Yeah, because like I watched it like 3 or 4 times all the way through. The first time I watched it, I just watched it because it was out. The second time I watched it because I was doing the song on him, and I was like doing research on all the FusiTube videos that were out there, and yours was like a big push for that song. And then the third time I watched it was because it had gotten removed, and I couldn't find it, and I found a link to it, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna watch it again." And I think that wasn't even on YouTube. There was like a whole different link going around with it. So like there's probably a ton of other views that would have came from it, except when it was actually down for a minute.
Yeah, the engagement ratio is not high at all. It's like 7.32%, which is not great. But bear in mind, like, it's a 40-minute video, so it's gonna be small.
Well, yeah, it's not gonna be that huge. It's just like 7%, 7% That's still what, 5 or 6 minutes watched. It's more than that, right? It's like what? Fuck, I don't know. I'm really bad at this. 6 minutes, 7 minutes? I don't know. But that's considering all the people that go to it and then leave or whatever after nothing. Like that's still a good chunk.
Oh, you get people that just click on the video and then click away.
Yeah.
All the time. So that's like 0.1% right there.
Yeah,
it's kind of a bad estimate. It's a really bad estimate.
It's a really shit estimate for longer stuff, but it's like you'd have to think that a lot of people are watching this, and if you would have had the opportunity to put multiple ads on it, would you have?
Yeah, of course.
You did 45-minute fucking video, right? Would you have done like 3 or 4 ads? Like,
yeah, I normally stick to 4. I think 4 is the right amount.
Yeah, you would have gotten way more than $2,000 something had it just been on your channel, right? You would have gotten the multiple ads, just increase it by far.
Yeah, it would have had $2,500 easily, if not more.
You probably would have cleared maybe even 10K. Was that number sound?
I don't know about
outlandish.
Hey, he wants to give me 10K. I'll fucking take it.
But that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know. He's not even sure how much he owes you, right?
he pays me whatever he wants, whether that's nothing or $10,000. I don't care. It's not going to change my opinion, but I will take his money because it's money worth taking, quite honestly.
And is
You know.
FouseyTube going to pay you anything, knowing that you're publicly saying that it's not going to get any sort of like you're not going to apologize or accept an apology from him? Like he's not going to gain any favor with you. Would he,
If
would he
he's
even do it?
the apology to me, he doesn't even need to apologize. There's nothing to forgive. I don't care.
But you're not going to forgive him for any of the stuff at all. Like there's no water under the bridge here for FouseyTube, whether he pays you or not. So would he?
Correct.
Would he even pay you at that point, knowing it's not going to benefit him? Like,
Well, let's see. That's the interesting question.
Yeah.
Will he still pay, even though he knows that it's not going to make any fucking difference to me?
Hey, would you?
He might still do it because obviously some people are going to say, judging from tonight, by the way, Keemstar's stream, which was a 50-50 split all the way down the middle, he might still do it, and I might still be, in inverted commas, salty about it. So therefore, I'm the one who's going to come off looking bad. I don't honestly care, to be honest, because I think what I'm doing is the right thing, and therefore I don't give a shit.
Would you respect FouseyTube more if he put out a video saying, "Hey, Colossal is crazy. I know that I kind of owe you thousands of dollars for claiming your video and not releasing the rights back to you, but I am homeless right now. I can't really swing it." Like, would you respect him more if he used this homeless thing to get away without paying you?
Would I respect him more?
Yeah, how conniving would that be?
I can't respect him any less. I can't respect him any less.
Dude,
so...
if he pulled that shit, I would be like, no, I forgive FouseyTube. That's fucking hilarious. The balls it takes to fucking play the homeless thing against paying you back, I would fucking die.
Oh, God. It's like the best troll. But no, because he's trolling me, I'd be like, fuck him. Fuck him.
Fuck him.
Rotten hell.
Oh, no. Yeah.
What would FouseyTube have to do to earn your forgiveness, Colossal? That's like a good question. I don't know. Is he beyond redemption?
What if he sucked your
I
toes?
think so. I think it would take like something. I'm not saying nothing. I just don't know what.
What if he brought that little boy back to life that he took advantage of, the cancer boy? What if he necromanced him, and the little boy was able to live again, but as like a demon child, and he became the next president? Like, that's a pretty bold move. This is getting
pretty edgy.
That is too much.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe if he made a video admitting all his fucking mistakes and shit, and he's a wealthy guy, so maybe he can do like some kind of big charity thing. Something like that. I don't know. I'm spitballing off the top of my head. Something like that, I suppose, would be like, yeah, he gives a shit. He gives a shit. Otherwise, it's like everything else he does is fake.
Yeah.
But because it's like he's been fake for what reason? Money. Yeah, of course, money. So I think it's going to take like money to redeem him. That sounds about right to me.
How much
like,
money
it's very
do you think?
easy for like a multi-billionaire who's like ripped people off and like screwed people over for years and like ruined small businesses and shit to just turn around at the end of the day and give like a bunch of money to charity, and apparently he's a good guy, you know? So I don't know. It's a tough one. Do you forgive those multi-billionaires who fucked people over for years, who ripped people off, but they did loads of shit for charity with the money after they got it, but they're still multi-billionaires at the end of the day? Do you forgive those people?
It's definitely
a crucial one.
I definitely don't think it sucks so bad the way that the world works, because you're celebrated for the most people that you can break, right? The more people you take out of their insurance claims, the more people that you take for their home, their mortgages, the more money you make breaking people's lives down and dumping them further down, the more successful you're looked at, right? The more you squeeze money out of your renters, and the cheaper you put back into the apartment to make rent worth living in, slumlord levels, you're celebrated if you succeed. Like Donald Trump was a slumlord. He's president of the United States of America. Like he's that's the American dream. The American dream is to fuck people over so you get paid now. It's not everybody should have a chicken in a fucking pot in a car in a garage. That's not the way it is
Yeah.
anymore. The world.
Well, I'm not fucking American, so
Yeah, but like the world is this way. Like it's the globalization of
it is now,
cutthroatness.
especially the internet, especially when it comes to YouTube. Like that is the way. This is the problem as well. On the far right side, well, let's call it a different. On one side of the spectrum, you've got those people who celebrate someone for how much money they make, no matter what. If you've got money, if you've got views, if you've got subscribers of an X amount, like you've succeeded, no matter how you got it. And then you've got the other end of the spectrum who don't care about that and who want to see people make like consistently good content because they enjoy making it and don't get anything for it. The problem being on that end of the spectrum is not only is it a complete minority, when you do get even the tiniest bit of fucking money or anything for what you've done, people automatically hate it. Yeah. You can't win on that end of the spectrum. If you're on the other end where everyone thinks like the views, the money, the subscribers, the more you have of it, the better you are, that's the place to be. That's where you're winning.
How great is it when you can be a multi-millionaire?
I'm not saying I'm all the way on the other end of the spectrum, but I'm certainly leaning towards that, I think. And you just don't win there. That's one of the problems.
Yeah.
Not on YouTube.
I'm starting a Patreon once I make my first $1 million. I'm starting a Patreon so I can let my fans give me my second million. It's gonna be awesome.
What was your opinion on the Philip DeFranco thing? Oh, I think he did a live stream about it, but
well, yeah, it sucks because in business, like you're an entertainer, you want to take as much as you can from your fans. Because from a business standpoint, the more you take from your fans, the more likely you are to entertain them down the line, right? But at a certain point, like, fuck, he's got so much. He's already sold a business for millions of dollars. Like, is this the second time he's done it with his last channel? So he's starting a third one? I don't know if this is the second or third one he's doing, but he does this so much that it's crazy to think that all these people are supporting him on a platform that seems to be like donation based, Patreon.
Yeah,
it's just it sucks for the little guy because the little guy, you know, he probably could use that more, but the little guy couldn't get it, right? The big guy's the one that can get it, so it's money on the table. Philip DeFranco's cashing in, cashing out, and people trust him and love him enough to just throw fucking cash at him.
Oh, more people will love him for opening up a Patreon than for not opening up a Patreon.
Yeah.
That's the kind of flaw on the internet and on YouTube in general. That's the mindset, though, and you've got to kind of adapt to it or fuck off.
Yeah.
You know? It sucks, but there's very little you can do about it. Very little you can do about it. See, if I opened up a Patreon today, tomorrow, I'd be automatically, slated for it. Automatically.
Yeah.
Taking away the hypocrisy of it. Taking away the hypocrisy of it, because obviously I've been against Patreon in the past, so I would be a complete hypocrite if I did open up a Patreon, despite the fact my views have changed. Even so, I would be automatically disregarded for opening it up. It'd be a decision, honestly.
You've got a huge community of content creators that kind of look up to you and push, they push themselves through you, right? Like you almost have an army of YouTubers and animators and illustrators and just creatives that follow you, right? Do you think there's any way you could use that to your advantage as far as content creation goes, and to the point where like they benefit from it. Like you put all this time into making your videos. Have you thought about trying to like assemble a team of people and micromanaging them to do certain parts of your videos, and at the very end, like you put your narration over a lot of the stuff, but they do the footwork for you? I feel like people would love to do that for you, and it would help them in the long run, like an internship position under a YouTuber realm, and it's going to create a higher level of content because there's like you have more people working on it for like a common goal. Like is that something you ever thought about in your position as like a figurehead of a community?
Obviously, people have reached out to me in the past being like, can I work for you? Literally, as you quoted, an intern. I'm like, well, what does that entail? What do you get out of it? Because obviously I can't pay you. I can't afford to pay you to do it.
But they're
do I
already
give you a
making
shout
content.
out or something
They're
to do
already
it?
making content and not getting paid for it, right? You have these people who have like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 subscribers that you know that are dope. They do great things, right? They cut together great videos. If you had like a team of like 9 or 10 of these people, and like the last video you did where you had the Trivial Pursuit angle, and each section played out per each level of the wheel or whatever, and it played out like that. If you micromanage each scene there for like a person to take care of visually, you direct them with what you want for each segment. They put the visuals together, and then you come in at the end and you narrate and deliver your voice and your story the way it needs to be. I feel like you could pump that out weekly with this team of people, and you could have high level content. And yeah, you can't pay them, but what you can do is like give them those shout outs, give them the experience of creating something on a bigger than themselves, right? Like that's what the intern wants.
It's a nice concept. Here are the problems with it. Firstly, I love working on my own videos myself, so I wouldn't want to take that away from myself. That's problem A.
Yeah.
Problem B is, and this is what a lot of people don't really know, is that the editing side of things, i.e. what these interns could do, is actually the kind of minor part of making a video. As hard as that might be to believe for the viewer, the hardest part by far is the formulation, some script writing, even though I don't use a full script, the research, gathering all that information and putting it all together, the formulation of the entire thing. That's the most time-consuming part. Yeah. And obviously, I can't have an intern do that because then it just wouldn't work. Do you know
Definitely
what I mean?
Can't, yeah.
No. So it would be a challenge to do that in itself. But if I wanted to work with someone to do some editing for me, then I guess that's kind of a collaboration that I would do with a YouTuber, as I did or have done for some of Leafy's videos and some of Pyrocynical's videos in the past. And it was like a fair deal. Like, I didn't get paid by either of them for working on the video, but I got some form of shout out, albeit Pyrocynical did it much better than Leafy did. But in any case, I got some form of a shout out, so there was a payoff. If I had a smaller YouTuber work with me on a video, I feel like I would be kind of taking advantage of them. And that's...
You think it would be?
I think it would be, because no matter how you do it, and I have done this, like, not even in the description, but actually in the video itself, go subscribe to this channel who helped me out with the video. It kind of doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I mean, it does in the respect that they do get some subscribers, but it's not quantifiable.
But it's
really not.
The idea of getting them to work with you on this wouldn't be that type of payout collaboration. The experience they're getting from producing, what it comes down to, in my idea, was it would have enough people working on it that you could put out something weekly that had a formula to it, that had a level of quality that was far above what you could do on your own, because you would have, I don't know, 9 or so people working on it with you. If you were able to build something like that with the talented people you have that already kind of look up to you, and then creating a series that they get to grow on their work gets to grow as they work. It's like it's not about the shout outs and the subs at this level. It's about creating something everybody can be proud of. But like you said, the scripting is the most work for you, and that I wasn't thinking that would be the most work. I was thinking it was like all the editing it takes, and that was really the time consuming.
No, definitely not.
Okay,
Editing is one of the, other than recording my voice.
Yeah.
The editing is the easiest part.
Yeah.
Easiest part by far. I know how it would benefit me if I had these interns working for me. That benefits me for sure. I don't really see how it benefits them. They might gain a few subscribers from it, but as I've proven in the past, and I've like seen it for myself, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
The subscribers.
It might be able to kick. Look, Pyrocynical, I benefited from that collaboration with Pyrocynical because I was the first person that he ever really collaborated with. You can watch because obviously he's done it with other people in the future. After that, after me, you could see like the subscribers they gained after that were few and far between what I gained from that one video.
Yeah.
And when I did them with Leafy, granted, only one of them I was mentioned in the actual video, the rest are in the description, which is pretty much pointless. I still, even with a huge channel like his, millions and millions of subscribers, I think I was lucky to gain 1,000 to 2,000 subscribers out of that. It really wasn't worth it. It's so low, yeah. Kind of wasn't. And how many videos have you done with Leafy now? Like, best part of six. Best part of six. Is that fair? Maybe more.
I would say like if you count him doing the videos on me, it's more. I think where I actually like sat down with him and was in the videos with him, type of collab. I think it's like 5 or so, 6, and then like another 5 or so of him like responding to videos I did, type of thing. But
so you got quite a few there with Leafy. Like that's quite a lot of collaboration there.
Yeah, the first few videos,
not
though,
to discredit you in any way. Like this is not a put down.
All his fans hated me in the very beginning too. Like they fucking wanted to see me dead. So it was like I wasn't getting those good collabs early on, right? Still to this day, a lot of people think Leafy fucking hates me, and because they don't watch his newer shit. By the time I actually started working with him on a positive level, he had dropped from having. Like I think the one video we did where I threatened to kill him got like 4-point-something million views, and that's the one everybody saw. And the ones where me and him are hanging out and kicking it and stuff, like those are lucky to see 1 million, 500,000, a million point, like 1.5 million type thing. So like those are the diehards that see that, but there's still millions of people out there that still think I'm trying to fucking kill that guy. To this day, they hit me up like, I fucking hate you. You're fucking leave Leafy alone. I'm like, guys, you're so late.
Like someone in the chat said, Billy gained around 60,000 subs because of Leafy, if that's correct. And that does sound like a lot. However, quantify it. This is a multi-million subscriber channel. The videos that Billy was featured in, some of which had, I think one of which had 4 million views, something like that.
Yeah.
That's not really that much.
But Leafy also never, like, in the video was like, hey, go subscribe to Billy the Fridge. And he didn't really link me in most of those either, right? Like, this is people finding me independently because my videos have him tagged in the name. So we were playing the back and forth game. Like, the big jump of subscribers, a lot of the subscriptions started coming actually when I did the FouseyTube shit, like with when you had the FouseyTube was taking your money, I put out the FouseyTube video, and things went around there that week. Like things kind of blew up for me, and I was getting hella views off that too. So it's really hard to see exactly where they came from, but definitely.
I wonder. This is not an ego jerk, but I've got to wonder who got you more subscribers at this point, me or fucking Leafy.
But you are the whole reason that I was doing these videos on Leafy, right? Like,
right.
Like you were the one that got Pyro to do this shit on me. So like all of it goes back to you. Like Leafy, you were the one that hit me up and was like, hey, do you want to talk to Leafy on a Skype call? When me and Leafy had never talked to each other before, and we were we were gonna like kill each other. You were like,
Yeah.
you're like, let's hash this out and talk. And we got on a call, and Leafy's like, hey, let's do a video and make this like a fucking big meme thing. And that's where we ran from there. We'd already done a few videos back and forth on each other without that, like, but before ever talking. So it was like, you were always the jump point because you told Pyro to do the video on me. You gave him you didn't tell him, but you gave him the idea for the video, and Pyro did that, and that's when I did the video on Pyro, Keemstar, Rice Gum, and Leafy as a fucking meme on the Misha Pokemon Go kid. And that's what brought me into Leafy through that. So it all came back through you. Like, as many views as I got through Leafy, like, it all, like, even the Pyro thing. When Pyro hit me up in his video, it's got a screen cap, I had like 8,000 subscribers. You know? My subs were under 10K. And that's that. I think I got like 6,000 new subs from the Pyro video. And then I did the Leafy video, and I started making more YouTube content, and my subs were growing steadily. And then Leafy started doing videos with me, and that put my shit that I did in like the algorithm. Up until the end of October, the algorithm was like on fire for this whole community, right? Like, and that's when all my growth came, was like the first, from between August and October, August through October. That's where basically I want to say 80% of my channel's growth was in those couple of months. Everything else has been like, I mean, maybe 20,000 views were outside of that period. I'm not sure exactly. Maybe a little more, 20, 25, 30,000 tops. But like, it was a good 50 grand views in like 2 months because of that. And and you could say it was all Leafy, but like, it was Pyro, or it was Pyro's video and you putting Pyro onto me that started that shit. It's weird. It's like, you can't really put a finger on one thing. A lot of it was Leafy, but at the time, like, for those 2 months where the views were hot, most people thought I fucking wanted to kill Leafy. I hated him because me and Leafy never did our actual real life collab until after the algorithm died.
Yeah.
Like all that time where I could have been really growing if I was actually, sucking Leafy's dick in front of everybody and getting those real fucking collab views. Not, oh my god, this guy's gonna kill Leafy, he's gonna eat Leafy, he's gonna rape Leafy. I could have been fucking Stomedy level of successful. It's terrible.
It's not a vibrator, just so you know. It's my fucking laptop, fam.
Yeah.
I've literally bought a new laptop. I haven't even opened it out of the fucking box. This is the old one.
What type of new
I'm a
laptop
creature
did you
of
get?
fucking habit. I just use all my old shit. But this computer has fucking had it. It's appalling. But I bought a new one, like a really good one.
What'd you buy? What brand?
Sure, they're saying, yeah. Clown, what's the worst thing about Keem? Impulsivity, 100%. You don't know what he's going to do next. Which kind of makes him interesting, but not when you're on the other fucking side of it. Can you afford a microphone? Yeah, of course I could afford a microphone. I'm not poor. But I'm not wealthy at all by any stretch. Don't let the voice mislead you. I'm not wealthy.
You have no pomp and circumstance?
Does Clown use Sony Vegas? No, never used it. I use Adobe Premiere Elements and After Effects.
You don't use... Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I use the two different...
Premiere
I use Premiere just for the basic edits and stuff. It's a really good program just to get everything aligned, and like I only use... It's my main program, really. After Effects just to use for the high-tech shit, if you like. Yeah. Are you happy with your toy company job? As happy as I can be, I suppose. But it's just a job. For money, that's the only reason I'm doing it. If I had a choice, I wouldn't be doing it. Well, I do have a choice. Do I drink coffee? Yeah.
How do you take your coffee?
Lots of milk. Sometimes one sugar, sometimes nothing.
I don't drink coffee, so like someone's asking how we take our coffee. It's like I think I've had maybe 3 coffees in my entire life, and one of them was a mocha.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't drink coffee.
It's not a vibrator, Maximilian. It's not a vibrator.
Technically,
It
it's
is
his
my laptop
laptop,
fan.
but secretly, privately, it is a vibrator, and he's doing butt stuff live. It's his fetish is to do butt stuff on.
Alan Scott says, "Clown, would you date a transgender woman who underwent an operation?" I've had this conversation with Leafy about 3 times now. I wouldn't. I would not. No.
Well, Leafy's conversation wasn't with the operation. Leafy still had the
Oh,
penis
right. Yeah,
attached.
that's it.
Yeah,
A man is a man, a woman is a woman for me, I'm afraid. That's not a sexist thing or anything. It's just a preference.
well, I think it comes down to preference, whether or not people will agree with your sentiment on a man being a man and a woman being a woman. You can't just tell somebody who they can be attracted to, and
Right.
if you are off put by anything, whether it's a person being born a man and currently a woman, or if they have a mole on their lip or something, if you're just not attracted, that's fine. It's what you're into. I personally think you should let a girl with big old tits and a gigantic cock and just lay it on you. That's my personal opinion, but
Yeah. It's not mine. That's all I can say. It's not mine. Clown, would you ever quit your full-time job for YouTube? Well, if I saw the money in it, then yeah, I would. If I could do this full-time and the money was worthwhile, then yeah, I would.
there was definitely a time where you were contemplating it, right?
Oh
That's
yeah, I'm always contemplating it, for sure. It's like a big risk though.
you should start a Patreon because
Uh the
because
thing is, like,
everybody who like knows your history is going to talk about it and bitch about it, but people who still
yeah,
want to support you are going to pay either way, so you're going to get all this free promotion off of it.
I know that, I know that, but I care way too much what people think of me, so I'll never do it. I'll never do
Yeah,
it.
that's fair.
Oh, you can hear the fucking birds, can you? Holy
Chirp
shit.
chirp.
You got very good ears. My God. I'm sitting in the kitchen, and if they can hear them through the window, that's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive. They're not even that loud. They're not even that loud. You just got very good fucking bat ears. Is this the pip lad?
I think your microphone is picking up a lot of stuff between the fan and the birds and everything. They do come in
I'm
pretty.
outside now, so you should be able to fucking hear them better.
It sounds like you're in a jungle now. All we
Colossal,
heard.
do you know Lol Out for the win? No, I don't know who that is, I'm afraid.
Clown, are you married?
I am not.
Do you have a
I'm,
wife?
in fact, single at the moment. So if you know any very attractive women who like British blokes with posh voices, tell them to hit me up. They've got to be over 21, though. Just bear that in mind.
What type of woman is your type? You think like do you like big old
What's my
stupid
type?
blondes, big old dumbass blondes?
It's gonna sound really fucking cringy, and whatever to say, but I actually don't care as much what they look like, but more like what their personality is. If they laugh at my jokes, like, I'm pretty much game for them,
Yeah.
and they're not a complete like reptile, then yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Do you have
Like a good personality. Like Zoe Berger does not have a good personality, in my opinion. So
I love
music.
I love that she used to be a Mormon. Like
Who,
she-
Hannah Butts?
no, Zoe Berger.
Oh, Zoe Berger.
She used to be a Mormon. Like she almost gotten like the whole Mormon lifestyle. She was gonna be locked down for life in that belief system, and now she's just butt shaking online beast.
Yeah, I have a theory that, like, not just the Mormons, but like those Amish chicks, like, they are some of like the most fucking insane for that shit. Like, it builds up for so long. It's like anything. You let it build up, like, you just get completely fucking sexually messed up.
Are you familiar with Rumspringer? Rumspringer
With
or
who,
whatever?
sorry?
Rumspringer. It's like the
No, I don't know
Amish.
that.
It's the Amish rite of passage. So the Amish are allowed to go for like a sabbatical. I think it's like a 2-week sabbatical or something, where they leave
Yeah.
where they live and they go out into the world and they pretty much have the green light to just indulge in everything the outside world has to offer. And at the end of that sabbatical, they go home or they stay out in the real world and they just exist in that world, right?
Yeah.
So I think what you and I should do, we should go on like a vacay, figure out when all the hot girls are going on Rumspringa, and just completely show them like the depravity of the earth. Like just the worst possible things that we can show them and give them. They're going to be down for it because they don't know how bad the world is. And at the end of the 2 weeks, we'll beg them to marry us.
That sounds like a good plan. Definitely.
I think it's a sweet idea. I'm all up for that shit.
Colossal. Will you ever live stream video games? Yes, I'm going to start a stream pretty soon. And I'm going to be streaming Hearthstone because I've got into that game. You can add me, actually, if you want. I will play you and beat you.
Do you have a Twitch
give you my
channel?
ID.
Or Hearthstone?
Yeah, I've got a Twitch channel. I think it's like Colossal is Crazy. Twitch.tv/Colossal is Crazy.
Have you streamed yet?
I haven't streamed yet.
Okay.
No, not yet. But soon, next few days, next few weeks, yeah. Colossal #21297. That's the BattleNet ID. I'll put it in the chat. 21297.
Nice.
If you play me, I will beat you.
Do you have to have like 3 decks in Hearthstone, or how's that go?
No, just one deck. But there's like, I think there's 6 main characters. So you can like set 6 decks for each character. I just play as the same one, to be honest.
What do you want to tell people what you play, or do you like the element of surprise?
I play the Hunter.
All right, you guys, get a deck that counters the Hunter and smash him. How like you could totally
playing like a couple weeks. Sorry, say again.
You could totally like build a deck that would completely like ruin your deck, right? Like this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, do you think it would be better if people started like playing against the Hunter on purpose, so you could get even better at playing the Hunter?
I don't really have any problem with like any of the other characters apart from the fucking mage, where she keeps turning my fucking characters into sheep. It's like every single time I'm screwed because like my deck works around putting out like some really high-powered characters and stuff.
Yeah.
So when I put out like the best like high-powered character in the game or whatever, they just turn it into a sheep, and then I'm fucked.
I've never really played Hearthstone. I like did the tutorial on it, but I used to play Magic the Gathering, so I'm even nerdier than Hearthstone. That's the whole reason I'm asking these questions, because I'm like I don't know the answers, and I'm kind of interested. I know Hearthstone gets really good viewership, or at least it did on Twitch. And I always thought about switching over to it because I used to play Magic Online on Twitch, and it was the nerdiest shit. And I would get all these people coming in that listened to my music and stuff, and they were like, "Oh, Billy, I fucking love your music, but I can't watch this nerd shit." And I was like, "Oh no, I just don't play any other fucking games." So
I would play it if it was online. I would play it then.
Magic Online?
Yeah.
It is, but it costs like you could buy a deck. It costs like anywhere from like $100 to like $500 to get a deck, or you can pay per tournament and draft, which is what I did. And it was like every draft you did, every time you played the game, it was $15. And some days I would play like 10 times a day, and I would just dump like. I was winning enough where I won money back though, so I wasn't paying to play. But I was going through like hundreds of dollars a week worth of product just to play that nerdy ass game.
They've got like the Witcher 3 Gwent, like it was a card game in the Witcher 3. They've got that coming out in beta soon. I'm gonna play that. That looks good.
Huh.
What's your favorite Breaking Bad character? I like Ehrmantraut.
Mike Ehrmantraut?
Mike Ehrmantraut.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the best.
He's great. Have you been watching Better Call Saul at all?
Of course, man. I haven't seen the new episode yet. I know it's out today.
No, they skipped a week because of Memorial Day in America.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so you didn't miss. I went to check that out last night. Like, my Mondays, I'm trying to watch Better Call Saul. I went to check it out, and it was gone. And now I'm figuring out what I can do in my life with an extra week of not watching it.
Let me tell you, this new season of Better Call Saul has been the best season so far.
Good. I'm glad you're liking it, because everybody I see is complaining it's going so slow. It's so slow.
No,
yeah.
no. It's genius. It's fucking genius.
And
what's the creator's name again? I can't remember his name.
Vince Gilligan. Is it Gilligan or Gil?
That guy is like a fucking genius.
Yeah.
Like, pure genius. Like some of the clips that he uses, like there was an end of the episode where his brother they were in the courtroom. It's the courtroom episode. Can't remember the name of it. And the last clip is like him looking at the light bulb. I was like, that blew me away. Like, that's artistic fucking genius right there.
Yeah.
Like, so all the metaphors and everything, like, it was perfect. So fucking perfect.
Like with Breaking Bad and everything, he would break the some of the soundtrack they would use. The music would have like a complete hidden meaning that you would never pick up in the show, but if you knew like the trivia behind the song, that it makes like such a it's so deep. It's so and when everybody I hear complain about it's going so slow, because like I think in the beginning episode of this season, Mike Ehrmantraut spent 20 or so minutes just taking apart a car, right? No dialogue. He was just like taking apart a fucking car, and it was like people like, oh, how can you spend so much time doing that? Like, if you don't trust Vince Gilligan to deliver on this pace, if you don't trust him to deliver the goods, then you're fucking shouldn't be watching this shit. It's over your head anyways. Yeah,
it was beautiful.
It was great.
How's the rapping going? Like, do you have any new songs out coming up?
I got a couple of new songs recorded, nothing released yet. I'm working on a new album, so I'm trying to finish the album. I was aiming for June, but we're at June. Leon House, the $5 donation. Love you, Billy and Clown. Thank you, Leon House. I'm aiming for like late June, but we're already in June. So more realistically, it'll probably be like sometime in July that the album will be done. But I'm going to start working on like new videos for it to prepare for the release. So that's where I'm going right now.
As you know, I used to rap when I was like a kid.
Yeah.
And I found one of my old rap songs the other day. And if I can find it, I will play it live for the first time here on stream.
Yes.
If I can fucking find it, though.
Yes.
No promises. I've got to try and fucking look. So if you give me 5 minutes, just chat for a bit, I will see if I can find it.
Take 5. Take 5. I'm going to probably pull up a beat and just freestyle for a couple minutes while you're gone, while you're looking. So that'll give us a nice little break. You guys, you want to type in chat, words in chat, and I will try and rap them as you type them. And hopefully when that's done, Clown will come back and deliver his old school hip hop flavor. If you guys have okay, well, you're already typing. I'm gonna hit this beat up and we're gonna go. Yo. Billy Fridge. Colossal is crazy on the beat. So colossal, I toss you like a waffle. You waffle, about to flip you to dip you up in the sauce, bro. Or the syrup. I get up, them stirrups when I ride or die. I fly right by the sausage on my plate. I hold them hostage when I ate. Got Socrates gon' talk to me, walking the dog and the shit I steppin' in, teppin' in. I tell you, like I'm British, I get it, I'm skittish. You midgets can't spin like that fidget. Got that chicken, yeah, I love chicken. I'd rather eat a duck. Fuck, motherfucker, you in luck. You fucking suck. You juicy dudes like Fousey Tubes nudes. Wanna touch him with his man boobs and use the lube. You could let us get a head with a head of fucking lettuce. I bet it's how we do it. When I do it, I'ma get it. Hoes that I used to know from way before. Kiss me from my queefs to my butthole. What, bro? I got them balls in the mink coat. I got that pink throat. I'm about to leave him at that stink poke. Bang, bang, boogie with the Deadpool. You be a dead fool. I'm about to behead you. I scalp you. I'm like Ralph, dude. King Ralph. I'm gonna bring it out with the man titties in this damn city. You can stand with me like Bonita. You cheaters can't get me, you cheaters. Go get with me like they Cheetos. I'm Chester, you bester. Yes, I'm molester like a vegan. No beefing when I'm eating. Onision, vegetarian. Rolling on caliente. I'ma roll up in the Bentley. Captain America couldn't bring the shield. Copping fields for the meals. Bananas on them 4 wheels. Bandanas on my forehead, bang, bang. Now you're laying on the floor dead. Oh shit, fucking fire, you fucking liar. My hair's not wire, it's ramen. Open the door, I'ma let your mom in. She start bobbing and slobbing on my knob, man, I'm knocking. You catch a body like you CM Punk. About to put the fucking tip up in your butthole, punk. Junk, chipmunk, Alvin. West Coast Vale, Calvin. Your mom's a whore. I'm making s'mores when I roast it to the mafia. There ain't nobody stopping you to come stump. You dumb chump, you get pumped up. Colin Oliver, I'm about to follow her home. Me and Clown going family style on your family, bro. We gon' stay a while, sit a while, butt naked in a trap. Put her in the blanket, I be wanking when I fap. That's the fact. I got artichokes, you bitches choke every time I put the dick up in the throat. You missed the boat, so you swam through the ocean. I'm making a commotion, my cover rest with lotion. Ka-chow. Like I was Jackie Chan, backhand attack, karate chop, cause I am the man. I could beg a chick to eat my smegma, or maybe do some art on the wall like it's Vega. Hey yeah, baby, got the memes, making all the dreams with the triple beams. Krispy Kremes on the donut chain, getting brain, rolling through the rain, I'm insane. Hi haters. Go home, find your vibrators, stick them in your butt cheeks. Yeah, you suck. Dick, picnic, basket, get your ass kicked. Prolapse anus is elastic, stretch it. I'm gonna mess it like it's curdled. My hair's fucking curled. You are a fucking girl getting hurled. Vomit, can't stop it, can't top it. Baited, masturbated in the salt till I vomit. Tommy C. Rolling in the world where your mommy be. Butt naked getting nuggets on the chicken. 50 fucking nuggets in the buckets, finger licking. No way, got the dank memes, the memes, you can't see me. I'm in the bank getting paid and getting VD, venereal diseases. It's the thesis when I put her where she makes the fucking feces. Shit. Talent, unbalanced, Big Billy Fridge. Call me Jack Palance cause I'm old school. You a cold fool. I'm cold too, that's why they call me the fridge. Like the doctors spank your babies and then throw on a bib, never let them slip. Sipping on Hennessy. Fuck it, it's Crown Royal. I'll be dipping to Tennessee. Get me some bourbon down in Kentucky. Your chick start slurping. I love when she suck me. I'm fucking lucky like a 4-leaf clover, bend her ass over, doggy style Red Rover. I'm never sober, I'm always super drunk. She got a bloody anus cause I tore it up. I pour a cup for the dead homies. You should fucking duck, no Dolan. Throwing bread, homie. Up in the lake, you a fake, you a Jake. You can make no mistake, Bill Fridge, take the cake. Straight out the oven, cause I'm loving what I'm stuffing in the kitchen. And then you catch the intermission, you be wishing that the chubby chasers are fucking wasted. I gotta make her taste the fact I'm basting the chicken in the turkey roll. Put it in a jerky hole, beef. Make the hoe queef, where's your Buddha? Who's your Buddha? Who's your motherfucking Jesus? You can see this, we butt heads like Beavis and eat it like it was cheeses. In a grilled sandwich doing damage, I gotta do the average savage like he's dead on Dave. Getting head in caves like I was Batman and Robin was bobbing and slobbing my knob and I'm knocking on the motherfucking door again. Like my name was Corrigan, WWF wrestler, 1994 again. Oh no, Sasha Banks is the boss. Make a lot of loss when the chicken gets tossed or the fish gets tossed. Chicken gets cooked, ducks get roasted, motherfucker, just look. Young Bill Fridge, the Big Mac with no bread in the middle. Instead, he got your head in the bed, butt naked like a horse. Of course, Godfather, motherfucker. I do not endorse the way that we roll backwards. I'm the master, masturbating in your face, soy sauce on the platter, splatter. When you eat it, you can never beat it. Coca-Cola when I'm see it. Taking a sip, I'll be taking my grip and then I'm making a clip, unload, hold the fact. Sipping cognac. Rolling back, cause my crown royal like the king do. If you loyal, let a motherfucker know what I bring you. I bring you laughs, I bring you laws, I bring you little bit of entertainment. I bring you a motherfucking fist if I think it'd be painless, quick, knock you out, knock you dick in the dirt. Young Bill Fridge making sure you pricks gonna hurt. 100 McNuggets. Yeah, I fucking love it when I eat it, I beat it, I gotta never be defeated. Jack Black rolling like Tenacious with a D. In the places that I see, his face is gonna be up on Cum NATO. Without the sharks, eating a tomato, butt naked in the park, like it was an apple, dude. And I have to do whatever I wanna do, I laugh at you. On the east side, we ride to the west coast. Screaming every day, we got strep throat. Colossal sent me files, so I know he's back. Take another sip of cognac, you know how we act, yeah.
I found it.
Nice.
But you're not allowed to judge me for it.
I'm not gonna judge you.
Bear in mind, I was only 15 when I made this. So
it's even better.
Please.
Now that gives you...
This is probably the end of my YouTube career right here. But...
you get even more grace because you were a little less 15-year-old Colossal getting them raps in.
Stupid kid.
Nah, this is. Thank you for sharing this. This is gonna be great.
It's gonna be appalling.
So MP3. There's no name on it, right? It's just
Yeah.
You have a name so I can introduce it. You have any?
It was called "The End of the World." That's what I called the track. Song.
This song is "The End of the World."
Don't record this. No, you're not allowed to fucking record this.
Oh yeah, you guys can't record this. I was gonna mute our voices so that people could hear it clearer, but because they're gonna record it, we both have to do like the DJ drops at certain lines. Like we go, yeah, you're listening, bang, bang, bang. Whenever, like if you do that,
You could do that. You could do that. I'm not gonna do that. It's already cringe enough.
Okay.
I'm not adding to it.
Okay, then I'm not gonna do that. I was doing that to save your ass. Like if something was really bad, I was just gonna say it to try and cover it up so people couldn't record it. But now, if it's that bad, it's done. Guys, I'm exposing. This is 15-year-old Colossal is crazy. He thought he was Eminem. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this, guys? All right, here we go. End of the world as we know it. None of this adpocalypse bullshit. This is the end of the actual world.
Oh God.
Oh my gosh, I'm pausing it real quick. I'm turning up the volume all the way. We're going right to the back. All right, here we go.
I really want death.
Look through the eyes of a bad man, a sad man, a boss man. It cost me everything to be the best thing. Keep on guessing, so stressing the question. Your soul walks festering across the cemetery. You see a distant effigy. You be on your last feet, I'll be like a centipede. Nasty, this shit is ghastly. I feel like the devil came down from heaven and just walked past me. Has he passed me yet? It was fantastic, drastic. We're moving shit to fucking plastic, dripping up like a spastic. That's it. Cast to the side in the deep burning fire. That's what happens to the lies. Look up and see the smile. Better aspire, side walk through with the wide child and a straight file before your soul starts to tie. Hear the sound of the hell's blood.
This is raw. Now we're gonna watch it unfurl. This is war. Welcome to the end of the world. This is pain. Angel love are taken away. This is hate. This is gonna be the last day.
walk the earth like Hitler. Fucking small fish like Flipper. And I say Tripper, we slipper, quicker and quicker, sicker and sicker. Shoot the pistol to shatter the crystal slipper. Lucifer as a skipper, we're all supported on a dripper. Times we slipped, I couldn't grip onto the trigger. Holding a tic-tac ticker, tricked by the one and only tricker. Straight shot winner, became a sinner. Evil grinner, quick to be a swindler. Sin with adrenaline to Satan, the traitor, creator of all the hate in the states. Son, for God's sake, son, do you hate him? Translating the youth, he won't get far. Make a wish on a distant star. Raise your fist to God, pledge your heart. Wish for the final death of Lucifer.
This is raw, now we're gonna watch it unfurl. This is war, welcome to the end of the world. This is pain, things you love are taken away. This is hate, this is gonna be the last day. This is raw, now we're gonna watch it unfurl. This is war, welcome to the end of the world. This is pain, things you love are taken away. This is hate, this is gonna be the last day. Try to put pork on my plate, the world's filled with hate. I've seen babies burned at the stake, seen men killed for $5 bills, seen prostitutes work for a bottle of pills, seen demons come trying to take the title. Tears of blood as I cry with my Bible, wipe my sword clean. We never scared, the end of the fucking world is here, we come prepared. Immortal, divine armies march through the world as a portal. Seen a beast rise from the sea like a turtle, running and I'm jumping from the wicked over hurdles. Now I gotta watch all the chaos unfurl, all the evil on earth trying to find this man of God. My soul remains righteous, Allahu Akbar, my soul is untouchable. War zones and the smell of death is wonderful. This is raw, now we're gonna watch it unfurl. This is war, welcome to the end of the world. This is pain, things you love are taken away. This is hate, this is gonna be the last day. This is raw, now we're gonna watch it unfurl. This is war, welcome to the end of the world. This is pain, things you love are taken away. This is hate, this is gonna be the last day.
Oh my god.
This is gonna be the last day.
Just to clarify, that was like a collaboration, but I'm definitely in it. That's
Okay.
definitely me.
It was a collaboration.
It's not fake. I wish it were fake.
Is it not all you?
No, it's not all me.
Which
I'm
verse
just
was
one of the
you?
guys.
Where were you?
The first guy that spoke.
All right.
Your soul walks fester.
Right here.
The book is done by this other guy, and I'm the guy on the verses. It's
Okay.
not fake. I swear to Christ, it's not fake.
So
I
you
wish
didn't
it
do
was
the
fake.
you didn't do the
It's not-
hook. You did the verses.
I did the verses.
See,
The
I
hook's
didn't.
better.
No. The verses were great.
Really?
Like here's the thing, right? You're 15, right?
Yeah.
You're
Trying to
probably
sound black.
well. No. You definitely are trying to sound not your voice, right? Like
Right,
you were putting on a different dialect when you rap. This
Yeah,
is really
definitely.
you. Like this is
I was
you.
trying to sound like a black man. I was trying to sound like a black man. But I swear to Christ, on my mother's life, that is me. I'm not a liar.
It is you. It is you.
It is me. I swear to Christ.
All right. Here's
I wish it wasn't, but it is me. It is me, 100%.
for a 15-year-old.
No troll. No troll. I wouldn't swear on my mother's life if it were a troll.
For a 15-year-old,
It's not a
that's
troll.
not bad. Like that's really good. I didn't realize the whole clown getup was an ICP thing though. Like that. Like I just kind of put two and two together here. The reason that you are Colossal is crazy is because you're a juggalo.
No. I never even liked their music that much, to be
Okay.
honest. But I was
Okay.
really inspired by like the dark hip hop stuff.
Hey,
At the
Fidget.
time, anyways, at the fucking time, like Immortal Technique, Dance with the Devil, like
Definitely,
that
yeah.
was like my favorite fucking song when I was that age.
Yeah.
So definitely heavily inspired by that shit.
Fidget did a $10 super chat and said he would buy that album if you put that out on an album. He wants you to put out an album.
Well,
now.
there was a fucking album. There was an album at the time, but
Was this the only part you were on the
can't
album,
find-
or is there
can't
more?
Find the other songs. That was just one of the songs on the album,
Okay.
and I sold this album in school for like a trip
Yes.
to London or whatever. But
Yes.
I cannot locate the rest of the songs. Just that one for some reason.
Oh, Fidget. Sorry, Fidget. My bad. Fidget, I apologize. Beat me up. throw me on the fucking spikes, murder me. Fidget.
But if you think it was good, I'm willing to fucking agree with you. I think it's cringe as fuck.
No, here's the thing, right? Like, it's today in our world today, would I gladly put this out as something like I just did?
Yeah.
It's dated as fuck, right? I like when you rapped the fuck a duck, I prefer chicken. That was in your own voice. That was you were on point with that. That was dope. Even though it was like a little meme video, that was you brought it, and I could see here that like this is something that you have kind of had like as a little talent in your repertoire.
Yeah, I was into it at the time. Sure.
Yeah, and that's
that's
dope.
where the name Colossal came from. Like that was my MC name or rapper name.
Were you a clown then as well, or was this a newer thing?
No, that was a newer thing.
I fucking love it. No, like this music, like you said, cringy or whatever. I can see why you would say that. It's not like in the world we live in today. This music doesn't really exist outside of like dads who rap, because this was the Immortal Technique time. You were 15 and it's killer for a 15-year-old. Your voice is mature enough to sound like a fucking grown-ass man rapping, for one. Most 15-year-old rappers sound like their testicles haven't descended yet. Right. And you were not off beat. Your rhyme schemes were intricate. You put like I thought the cringiest part of the song was the chorus. When
really? Well, that guy was like not a professional by any stretch, but he was like a rapper for a living that I spoke to online.
He rhymed unfurled with the world, right? That's cringy. Right. Like, who uses the word unfurled ever in life, right? And it makes sense, but like that right there, when I heard that, I was like, oh my God. I was like, that was the only time in the song I cringed, was those two rhymes there. And it made sense in the song, right? This is war. This is raw. Like that was kind of a cool little switch play. This is pain. Was it pain and hate was the other one? Yeah. But the war raw.
But my lyrics, if you listen to them, they don't make any sense whatsoever. Like no sense.
I wouldn't say that.
I see. No. Well, okay. Listen to this one. I see demons walk the earth like Hitler, fucking small fish like Flipper. Like, how does that make any sense, Billy? Like,
you are a prophet, dude. You're a prophet. You were right then there. You were prophesizing the flipping fish, tossing fish in that ass. Oh, dude, end of the world Hitler, Leafy Hitler. Leafy is YouTube Hitler. Leafy is cancer. Leafy is Hitler. Throw fish in his ass. That's what that meant, Colossal. It was a prophecy.
It all makes sense now. It all makes sense.
Yeah. You said if Hitler's a bad guy, throw a fish in his ass. Everybody like him again. That's exactly what you said. That's what you did. I'm done. Dude, I'm sorry that you're so prophetic with your rhyme schemes, dude. You said it didn't make sense because
I predicted the end of the world as a 15-year-old.
You predicted the end of YouTube. That was the end of YouTube. The beginning of the end. Hey, the Manhattan Project has a $10 super chat. Says, my mans. He says, what's one of your guys' favorite albums? I'm open to any and all suggestions. Love you both. One of my favorite albums that has to do with hip-hop, that isn't even a full hip-hop album, is the Gorillaz' first album. It's got some Del the Funky Homo Sapien in it. That's one of my favorite albums ever. Rap-wise, though, I'm not sure where I would go with favorite rap album. I really like Sticky Fingers. I can't remember the damn name of the album. The Kirk Jones album. It's a storytelling album. It's got a lot of dope features on it from back in like the late 90s. What would you say one of your favorite albums is, Colossal?
I liked Soundgarden, obviously, which is my favorite band.
Oh, yeah.
Rest in peace, Chris Cornell.
Yeah.
I think it was Super Unknown. Whichever one Black Hole Sun was on, that was my favorite album.
You have a favorite rap album? I don't know if he was talking about rap or not, but...
Oh, rap? fuck. I don't know. I like. Here's the thing with albums in general, and especially when it comes to rap. There's like always one or two really good songs, and the rest are trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gorillaz, a good example of an album where pretty much every song is good. Almost every song.
The first Gorillaz album, I listened to it front to back for like 6 months straight. It didn't leave my CD player. It was ridiculous how often I listened to that. It was
The Gorillaz one?
the first Gorillaz album, yeah. I had just gotten my car at the time, so I was a brand new driver, and I fucking put that shit in there for straight up 6 months. I was just always listening to that first album. Loved it. But
Yeah, I think of one. I cannot think of one. I mean, I liked, obviously growing up, like Immortal Technique was like, he was the best for me. But then when you actually bought his album, I think it was called History Volume 1 and then there was History Volume 2. Is that right?
I think so. I wasn't a Immortal Technique album guy. You know, I listened to a couple of his songs.
Yeah.
And that was
Well, that
it.
was the thing. Like, a couple of his songs were like fucking best there was at the time. But then when you bought the album, the rest were just garbage. They were just garbage. They had Dance with the Devil, which was obviously just fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like Never Know, that had a great story as well about him falling in love with like this girl who had AIDS and stuff. Like that was great.
Yeah.
Uh,
So do you only like songs that involve people getting AIDS or raping their mom?
it's kind of fun. Yeah, it's kind of fun. At the time, it was like edgy, right? I was an edgy 15-year-old like everyone else, you know.
Yeah.
And I like that edgy shit.
Do you ever
I
listen
still
to
do, kind of.
what's some of the edgier stuff that you like in music now? Do you have anything?
The thing is, like, no, I'm not into the edgy music now.
Okay.
to be
Do you
honest.
listen to Rucka Rucka Ali all the time?
No. I can tell you what my brother is into, because, or was into, last I heard, because he likes the type of music that I liked back then, even though he's like 20-something.
Nice.
He likes Cage and stuff like that.
Yeah. You know who's like good friends with Cage? Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, really?
Like he funded Cage's career at a certain point. Like
Yeah.
he I think he directed one of his music videos too. The Manhattan Project dropped a $5 super chat and said worth the 5 spot, so this doesn't get lost in the chat. I'm making a video for Clint Eastwood. I'll send it your way when it's finished, Billy. Do that. Clint Eastwood is a dope song off the Gorillaz album. It's got Del the Funky Homo Sapien rapping on it. Del the Funky Homo Sapien is a dope rapper. Love that guy. West Coast legend. He's also cousins with Ice Cube. I don't know if you guys know that little trivial fact.
Really?
He's Ice Cube's cousin. You ever listen to Del the Funky Homo Sapien or the Hieroglyphics?
No, my brother could tell you who that is. Like, he's
Yeah.
really into all that stuff too. He likes Aesop Rock and
Yeah.
people like that. All that good
Aesop
stuff.
Rock followed me on Twitter for like a week, and then didn't. I don't know what I did to piss him off. I'm sad. Upgrade your gray matter because one day it may matter. Shadow Humor with the $5 super chat. Gotcha.
Yeah, I tell you who unfollowed me. 2 people unfollowed me on Twitter the other day. One I don't give a shit about. The other one I was like, oh, that's a shame. So the first one was, what's her name? Who had the beef with Rice Gum?
Gabby?
Gabby. She unfollowed me. I was like, oh, fuck her then.
Crazy she
And the
followed
other
you to
person
begin
who
with.
unfollowed me was Filthy Frank. And I was like,
No!
oh, shit. I was like, why? Why?
Did he unfollow a lot of people?
I have no idea, to be honest. But the thing is, like, he puts out a lot of, like, those really edgy tweets and, like, really kind of almost stolen memes, I think. And I've never,
Yeah.
like, responded to a single one of them. I've never spoken to him in the DMs or anything like that. So it's probably fair enough. If you don't communicate with a person you follow, I should have sent him a message and been like, I don't know what I would have said. But, yeah, he unfollowed me. I was upset. Filthy Frank. I've been watching him for years. One day he'll refollow.
We should kidnap Filthy Frank, get him to refollow you, and give me that first time follow. That's what I do whenever I want attention now. Is I just threaten to kidnap or beat people up, and it usually works.
I admire him not because of his videos so much anymore, though I still find them entertaining. I admire him because he's so careful about who he associates with. And somehow, with his channel and everything that he does, he totally separates himself from drama and any kind of conflict with anyone else. And I think he's a very level-headed person.
Yeah.
In real life, and his ability to stay away from all of that shit, all of the drama, keep doing what he's doing despite all the negative criticism, like people saying it's getting stale and stuff like that. And just, you think someone who makes that kind of content is a bit of a nutter. Well, you've got to be a bit of a nutter to create that kind of content. But as far as YouTube goes and how he interacts with it, I would say that he's probably one of the most level-headed and down-to-earth people using the fucking platform in the first place. And that's kind of amazing to see, and that's why I kind of admire him as a content creator.
Yeah. I think some of his friends were like going, I don't know if it was iDubbbz or somebody, were going after, I think it was Keemstar, and they tagged him in it. And he was like, hey guys, like, don't tag me in this. I don't want to be a part of this drama. And it's like to go against your friends on that level where you could have just ignored it altogether, but you actually made the choice to publicly like go against the grain of like your friends on a tear, like that takes a lot of integrity, I think.
Yeah, I think he is. I think he is one of those people, despite his content being, you know, fucked beyond all reason.
He wanted to get away from that, and then everybody like shit down his throat. They're like, nope, we like the fucked up stuff. We don't want to see Joji talking about mental health in a bathtub. We want to see Filthy Frank taking a shit on Pink Guy, which I don't think they ever really went that far.
He's done like an interview with H3H3 on his podcast. I haven't seen it yet, but able the chat can answer. Is he being, you know, Filthy Frank, or is he being...
No, he was Joji. He was definitely Joji. Yeah. Yeah, he was not Filthy Frank at all.
Careful about that shit. He got mad at Anthony Fantano for putting him on a song with the fuckers. Yeah. He's very careful about who he deals with.
Dude, I would get mad at somebody for putting me on a song with No Fuckers, though, too. No Fuckers is a repulsive human being. Sorry that I have that opinion, but I watched his last video, and he fucking dropped the N-bomb. It wasn't his last video, but he, like, dropped the N-bomb, like, 48 times, and it was just gross. Just like, stop, dude. Like, he starts off by...
You've got a big issue with that word, yeah.
But I have an issue with that word, but it's more so when fucking little nerdy dorks say it, and I'm like, dude, if you said that to the person you're saying it about, they would beat the shit out of you. They would stomp you the fuck out. And
was he actually calling someone that? Like black person?
He was doing a commentary on this black guy who was like kind of scammy on YouTube.
Yeah.
He scams people, like he puts up videos of him giving gift card giveaways or like game card giveaway type things where he scrapes off the codes and puts the codes up, but he replays the videos over and over again. Right off the bat, he goes, "Hey guys, this is Scam. This is Scam guy, and he's very scammy black guy." And he calls him black right off the bat, and I'm like, okay, that's not really politically correct. You fucking... I let it go because he's Russian. But then he's like, these fucking... And he's like dropping the N-bomb, calling him like this. He's like, I can say it because I'm a real... And it's like, he's calling himself a real fucking N-bomb. And I'm like, dude, I don't know. The word is a trigger itself. But the way he kept doing it, I was like, you're fucking gross. Stop. And I don't know why I watched the video for like fucking 10 minutes. I watched the whole fucking video. But it was so gross. But yeah, I'm just saying, if Anthony Fantano put me on a song with No Fuckers, I'd murder Anthony Fantano.
I think I've known him for like a couple of years now. Like, he's like the nicest guy, like most genuine guy. But sometimes, like, he gets carried away with his humor, and he's able to overdo it too much.
Yeah.
Like, he's so... No Fuckers, Roman is just like so impacted by what people say in the community, like, and he takes it to heart. So there's like a new trend going, and the use of this word is kind of a trend at the moment. So what he does is he kind of jumps on that trend and has a habit of really overdoing it.
It was so overdone.
It might be a bit gross or cringe or whatever. But, you know, he's definitely not a malicious person by any stretch.
Yeah, I don't think he is either. I don't have problems with him. It's just I sat there and watched the video because I was like, at least make the video like good, make it worthwhile that he did all this, and like I wanted to give it the full. When I hate something, I want to give it my full attention so that I can give it every chance to win me back over by the end, and it didn't, and I was like, fuck. And I went and checked the comments, and I was happy to see a ton of people flipping him shit for it in the comments. So I was like, cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just me. He's fucking weirdo. But yeah, I don't really hate no fuckers or no fakers, or I don't even fucking know his name. Roman.
Fuckers, Roman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no fuckers.
he's not really aware of some of the shit that comes out of his fucking mouth.
It's just
sometimes.
gross, and he's Russian too, so like he doesn't have the benefit of being indoctrinized by the white guilt like I have through being a Seattleite liberal social justice warrior piece of shit. No, but I don't know. It was just it really got me. I watched it like 2 days ago, and I was just like I wanted to puke the whole time.
I just find it like not annoying, but yeah, cringe, and I hate the word cringe as well. I think the word cringe is kind of cringe as well.
It's it makes him look like a little twerp, like a little, like a gross little human being that would just get fucking slapped around for talking that way in like public.
I think it's just the people who jump on trends too easily,
Yeah,
like jump on jokes other people have fucking used.
yeah,
You know, just because they may have made it funny and people thought it was funny. Like, it's just sheep mentality, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whole fidget spinner thing. Exactly, like, I don't think you'll see one mention of this fidget spinner. I barely know what it is. Well, I do know what it is because I'm in the toy business. So I know all about this fucking thing and this craze. But you see joke after joke about this, and like everyone's making a video on fidget spinners. It's like, come on, just like think of something original to do. Like, was the original joke even funny? I don't think it was.
Nah, but like, same thing with
I
the bottle
fucking
flip.
I like memes, but I also hate memes, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I enjoy humor, right? I enjoy humor. It's like my religion. Comedy is my religion. Memes are the death of actual humor, because it's just human beings sharing funny things because they know it's funny because other human beings said it was funny. So like it's like the virus of comedy, and nobody is funny anymore. There's like one guy who's funny, and he doesn't get credit for being funny because everybody else steals the meme, reposts it, and gets the laugh. And it's from our culture where everybody wants to be like the center of attention. They want to be the superstar. They want to be the class clown, even though they would have never spoken out of turn in class. It's like, fuck out of here. But other than that, memes can be very funny, and good humor can be very funny. But the fact that it's killing actual humor, people actually having a sense of humor. You don't have to have a sense of humor to be funny anymore. You just have to repost memes. And it's gross to me, because this is my religion people are fucking with.
Oh, I agree 100%. But to be honest with you, I don't even know what is and what is not funny anymore.
That's the meme culture, yeah.
I just don't even fucking know.
That's because nobody knows. That's because it used to be someone was funny, and some people had senses of humor, and those people with senses of humor could sense when somebody was funny, and then the masses around them would know who to trust for funny, so they would wait for the people to laugh that actually knew it was funny, and they would follow and laugh with them, and it was like you could get a whole room laughing, but really maybe like 10% of that room got the joke. Really, the rest of the room just laughs because it's a comfortable setting to laugh in. It's funny. People are laughing. You're having a good time. You know it's funny. You're entertained by it because the delivery is like, it's spot on. It's good shit. But now you don't have that anymore because everything is packaged meme comedy. It's nobody knows funny anymore. They just know
it's airplane food. It's airplane food. Everyone gets the same fucking thing every time.
Identity.
I used to like buy into it quite a lot. Not the memes, but when I post like a joke, like an original joke. Nothing is ever original these days, but whatever. It's like I hadn't heard it before. I thought of it. I'm going to post this joke, and someone's like, "Oh, well, that's not funny." Well, I think it's funny because if I didn't think it was funny, I wouldn't have fucking posted it. But you can get really kind of sucked into the mentality like you've got to post what other people think is funny.
Yeah.
Or what other people have told you in the past is funny in order to be funny. But you see, that's such like a backwards thinking and a backwards mentality to have, because you end up therefore not being fucking funny if you post things that you think people think are funny.
Big Jake with the $20 super chat. Thank you, Big Jake. And that's really what it is comedians, their big skill wasn't being funny. Their big skill was being able to read a room and deliver the joke to the room that the room would respond to. Like, part of comedy is feeling out the room and feeling out your audience. Nowadays, everybody gets triggered by things. We live in a triggered culture, so not only do you have to figure out your audience, you have to make sure there's nobody in the audience that not only won't laugh, but they will actively like try and kill your career. They will kill your momentum because of it. And some people make mistakes, like the fucking guy from Seinfeld 20 years ago when he screamed the N-word at the people in the crowd. Like, he was trying to make a point, and his point was probably right, but the way he made the point was so off base that it fucked his career up, right? It fucked his life up. And now that's happening all the time. You know, Kathy Griffin held the damn Trump's head, the Trump mask covered in blood. She was trying to make a statement as a comedian. You know, she probably thought she'd get away with it. Nope. Comedians. I was watching Sarah Silverman stand up last night, and she said,
God, what are you doing to yourself?
What? She's a woman, right? So I watch all women comedy because I need to know my audiences. I need to know who I'm working with here, who I'm fucking with here. I'm a student of comedy, right? So I watch women comedy even when it's absolutely terrible. I watch it. But I think Sarah Silverman is she knows her audience, she knows her voice. But she said this line. She was like, yeah, I made a joke, and as a comedian, it went too far, and people were calling me out for that shit. And she goes, yeah, who am I as a comedian to say something and not check the facts? I'm butchering the joke right now. I'm fucking butchering it. But she's like, who do I think I am? The president? You know, she was making a fucking Trump joke, but it was like, politicians get away with fucking murder right now. Not just Trump, but like everybody can lie through their fucking teeth and spit out bullshit left and right and get away with it. But comedians are getting called out for their shit because about 10-15 years ago, The Daily Show became a more reliable source for news than actual news. And it was a comedy channel. They can get away with saying some real fucking shit on there because it was under the guise of comedy. And they started tearing apart comedians since then because comedians had too much of a political sway.
Yep.
And now they're being neutered, and the politicians are getting away with whatever the fuck they want because they're the ones you're supposed to trust. The news gets away with whatever they want because the news is the source you're supposed to trust.
So here's the ultimate question, Billy. Should there ever be a limit to how far you can go with humor, with comedy?
There is no limit to how far you can go with comedy.
Obviously, there's no limit to what you can say, but should there be a limit into
the limit is not on the content. The limit is on the person making the statement or the joke. If the person making the joke and the statement is not funny enough to deliver with that content, then they shouldn't make the joke. But if you're funny enough and clever enough and you craft a joke that is funny and you know it's funny and you know the audience is going to, if at least half the audience reacts positively to it, anything can be said and done. And there's guys like Dave Chappelle who will go fucking out there and say some shit that guys like, I don't know, Larry the Cable Guy could never get away with that, right?
Oh, I watched the first episode of the Netflix show he did, and that, I'm sorry, that rape joke was fucking funny.
Joke. The Chappelle rape joke?
It was great.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny.
That whole special was like done really well. He even said, like, it it was set up where he he had his callbacks just waiting, like the OJ line of jokes. And he said, I met OJ 4 times, and the whole special, you're waiting for them, you're counting them out, and some people are going to forget that he never got to 4, but he did his encore. His encore was the 4th joke, and he knew people were waiting for it. He knew when he went off stage that was only going to get a bigger laugh when he came back for that 4. The smart people knew it was coming back. The people who didn't know it was coming back were going to get hit out of left field with it, right? It was just... he's such a good comedian. It was so well done. And yeah, he took the fucking Bill Cosby rape scenario and put it together with the pitching the movie and made the 2 jokes work together, and it was just it was impressive. And Dave Chappelle is one of the people who can do that.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
What's up, future Mr. Cub?
There's like one instance I can think of where this guy, he's a British comedian, or Scottish, I believe. I can't remember his name now. Where he made a joke, and it was received well by the audience. Like over half of the people, in fact, like over 90% of the audience received it well. But I actually thought the joke went too far, and it was about Frankie Boyle.
Okay.
He made a joke about some guy who was on Top Gear, Richard Hammond, I think, who was recently in a car crash, and he made a joke about that. And I was like, well, that's not funny. Like, that's like going too far. But most people were like, that's funny. But I think it was.
Your audience...
So I think that's an example, a very rare example where a joke probably went too far.
Your audience...
99.9% of circumstances, yeah, you're right. There's no limit on comedy.
Well, the limit is within those who wield it. He could have had a joke that went too far, and he just didn't put enough together to make the joke work. Fidget. All right, here's my last super chat. I'm going to do something Colossal should have done a while ago and go to bed. Great stream, Colossal and Billy. Please collab on a song.
Light outside now.
She's not wrong about that. For real, the birds are still chirping. It's been hours, but. But yeah, no, I definitely think he definitely could have gone too far with that joke. And even though his audience didn't call him on it, your audience, like in person, your live audience is always going to give you the most leeway because they paid to come see you. They paid $40 to invest in your show. You really have to stink up the joint or really offend them to turn them on you.
That guy from Seinfeld. Did you hear the audience's reaction after that?
Oh man. Yeah.
That was brutal.
Humor is subjective, exactly, but a lot of people think because it's humor, because they're just joking, they can get away with saying some fucking dumb shit, some crazy shit, some out-of-pocket shit, and that's not how humor works. You can't say something and people get offended and you're like, oh, I was just joking. No, motherfucker, like, if you were actually joking, we would have laughed. You fucked up. Own up to that. Own up to the fact that you suck at fucking what you're trying to do. You piss people off instead of made them laugh. That's on you. Own that shit.
That's kind of
get
like,
better.
Yeah. And I think, do you remember, what's her name? Did a video on fat people.
Oh, Nicole Arbor?
Nicole Arbor made that video on fat people.
Yeah.
And like, you have to think, like, if I had made that video, same joke, same whatever, it would have been received a very different way because it's Nicole fucking Arbor. That's why so many people hated it. But I have made way worse fat jokes than she ever could, really. But she was lambasted for it because she's Nicole fucking Arbor. So I think it very much depends on who says it. And that's kind of unfair.
She might have... That's not unfair. She might have gotten away with it had it not gotten bigger than her audience. But I think she knew what she was touching on, a subject that could possibly go viral. And we live in a world where hella fat people are hella sensitive, right? And she's this pretty model-looking blonde girl, super skinny, and she's triggering these people just by being thin because these fat people are fucking... They're shamed by their bodies. They hate...
And most people are fucking fat.
Yeah, we live in a world...
You're pissing off most people.
Yeah, and it's like she did that trying to get views. She got the views. She didn't get the attention she wanted, maybe, but she still got attention, and she's still trying to climb back from that one. Years later, right? She's still making videos.
Right. I mean, I don't think she's funny, to be perfectly honest, but it's her delivery as well. Like, it was poor.
Futuristic Hub says Nicole didn't get away with it because she's a woman, and people didn't
hey,
want to
guys.
see a woman talk tough like that.
It's interesting.
That's possible.
I think
Guys,
it's just because people just don't fucking like the look of her.
I think right now,
Maybe not because she's a woman, but they just didn't like this person who came on wearing tons of makeup, criticize other people for how they look.
and it was kind of low-hanging fruit with a lot of her jokes and stuff. It was
They were just bad jokes.
like, oh, okay, you're a beautiful woman and you're over here making real fucking pedantic jokes about obese people. She was talking tough, but she was also very weak with a lot of her points. She was making a lot of basic ass fat jokes. I think if you want to attack fat people and you want to succeed at it, you want to coddle them a little bit. You want to make them feel like you almost want to play into their shame and make them feel like you know, it's on them. You have to pay. You have to fucking play it like a manipulator almost to make it work, and then hit them with those lines on the side. It's fucked up because I'm a fat guy, right? But I don't have the normal fat guy attitude. Like I have thick skin. Most fat people don't. Most people don't have thick skin though.
That's it. For sure. And like, the reason I tell like fat jokes, like I fucking love fat jokes. I don't hate fat people, obviously. Like, I've got nothing against them whatsoever. But I think fat people are, excuse the pun, very easy targets. Not because they're such big targets, but because if you're a fat person, it's very difficult for you to defend yourself for being fat because it's a choice, right? Now, some, like 1%, they're fat because, they've got like medical conditions and stuff. But most people, they choose to be fat. So when you insult someone for the way they look, which is always like a difficult thing to do, that's low-hanging fruit. And I guess criticizing someone for being fat is low-hanging fruit too.
The medical reasoning might be a lot more than we think. There could be the scientists are looking into it right now. There could be a mixture of microbes in your body that cause you
like
to
bad metabolism and shit.
no,
like
not
that.
just metabolism, but it's like your actual body's chemical like stomach system is so off balance that a lot of people might be eating more because of their body is like not getting the right nutrients, and it's not triggering the right sensors, and it's an addiction. You've developed a physical addiction, not just a mental addiction, but a physical need to like feed. There's a lot of science into it right now. A microbiome, yeah. It's crazy. I think we're gonna learn some shit here in a decade or two that fat people really were part of a bigger thing than just like lose weight or whatever. Like there's some shit that. I don't know. It comes down. You could lose weight.
Scientific reasoning behind it, but like, if you go back, I don't know, 100 years or whatever.
Yeah.
You didn't see this percentage of fat people.
That's because our food wasn't as processed as it is today.
Right.
We're developing right now. The food that we're eating is the nutrients are being taken out of it and filled with preservatives. So we're actually eating more, and we're still starving. We're eating garbage food, and it's starving our body. So we have to. Our body says eat more because we're starving. We're having a huge intake of calories, and the nutrients aren't nearly the same level as they were 100 years ago when people were eating food that came out of the fucking ground. It's crazy where we're going right now with everything, and that's why we've blown up, because of how processed everything's gotten. I know that for a fact. Just you look at the numbers, you look at the growth numbers of obesity, and it's just it's a mixture of the fact that it's more available and more marketed to eat the gross stuff. There's no billboards of like apples and celery and shit. We're pushed every day to make the bad choices, and it's so easy to make the good choices when you've got on that habit. But when you're on the habit of not, they say chemically the mixture of cheese and bacon is like more addictive than crack.
Really?
Like, yeah, it's an actual addiction that they're pandering to. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's for sure an addiction. I don't doubt that.
Yeah.
But say, like, I'm addicted to cigarettes, right?
Yeah.
Like, I am just addicted to the fucking nicotine. I can't stop fucking smoking. If someone made fun of me for smoking, I wouldn't give a shit, and like nobody else would give a shit.
Yeah.
Not one single person would say, "Oh, that's too harsh. You can't fucking say that." No one would get triggered by that. And it's not even making. It's not even like fat people. It's because you're criticizing the way they look. Well, if you smoke cigarettes, you know you're quitting. Fuck me, I'm getting tired. If you smoke cigarettes, you're criticizing the way someone looks as well, because like cigarettes like fuck up your teeth like pretty bad, and like they don't do wonders for your skin and shit.
But cigarettes look cool as
discolor your hair
fuck.
and stuff.
Cigarettes
I'd be a
look
better
cool.
looking- handsome as I am, right? Handsome as I fucking am, I'd probably be a better looking person if I didn't smoke cigarettes.
There's a reason that cigarettes were in the movies for so long. They're cool, dude. Like you get the bonus of being cool. I get the bonus of looking like a fucking land whale.
No,
See,
but you get the benefit of not being able to push down easily.
that's
pretty good.
actually 100% true.
you
Being a fucking a human mountain, it feels good.
Pros and
Being
cons,
bedridden,
man. Pros and
not.
cons.
Being bedridden does not feel good. I broke my leg one time wrestling, and I couldn't move out of bed because of how big I was. You know, I was fucking stuck there till it healed, and that scared the shit out of me. But being a big, massive monster man, it feels fucking good. It feels powerful.
Yeah. Or you could just go to the gym and get like tons of muscle and shit, and you'd have the same thing.
Well, yeah, but I'm already here, right?
Yeah. you've already got
And-
that
and-
anyway, that work.
I was on a diet for a couple years and I lost a lot of weight, and then a few things happened where I was just like fuck it, right? And it's something I need to get back onto and lose that weight. I went into fuck it mode. Fuck, it was a while ago. It was like 10 months ago. Oh, no, it's 8 months ago. But I need to get off fuck it mode. I need to get back onto grind mode, because when I was losing weight, I was honestly thinking about going and lifting weights and just becoming ripped, because I have a perfect frame for that. And I was hitting the gym daily, basically, and it was going really well. I need to get back on that shit because it.
Oh yeah, how tall are you?
I'm 6'2" right now. I've shrunk. I was 6'4" in high school, and I was 6'3" for quite a while, and now I'm fucking 6'2". I don't. It's because I'm so big. I probably have discs in my spine collapsing on each other or something. But yeah, I lost a damn inch on my fucking height, which kills me. But or 2 inches total. But like I think I was kind of pushing. I don't know. I don't know if I was floating or something in high school that made me 6'4". But
That's another good point. Like people criticize others for their height being too tall, but mostly being too short. Like that's something you just cannot fucking help. Like you were just born, that's just genetics. But nobody blinks an eye when you call someone a midget or something like that.
oh, they do now. They do. They definitely do. Yeah, you.
I mean, not like a dwarf.
But
right?
no,
Not
short
criticizing
people.
Tyrion Lannister.
Short people freak out, and they make that exact like defense. They're like, dude, stop calling me fucking short. Stop. Like it's not cool.
Really?
And-
Because people call me short. I just don't care.
But that's the thing.
Like,
That's the
who
thing.
cares?
People call me fat too. Like it's like I was watching the Fousey Tube meet up with Andy and Jesse, and at the beginning in the live stream, there's some guy off screen making pig noises to Andy when Andy first met Fousey Tube. He's just squealing at Andy from across the parking lot, making pig noises. And Andy's a big guy, right? But he's not like. I'm a gelatinous flop of fat, right? Like I get pig noises every once in a while, and like I'll bark back. Like if you hit me with that shit, I'll fuck you up. I'll chase your car down. I'll make you feel like a little bitch. But a lot of people get that, and they don't have that drive to stop it. So when people say it's not okay to make fun of fat people, but it's okay to make fun of short people. People do make fun of fat people all the fucking time. It hasn't stopped. It's just now recently fat people have are starting to bounce back. They're starting to make a social awareness of they're not going to take it anymore. And it's like, oh, you're not going to take it? What are you going to do? You're going to fucking sit on me? And that's a fat joke in its own, but that's how a lot of people react to it. But what it comes down to is that people don't... You shouldn't make people feel like less of a human being. Because right now, most people, fat, thin, or not, are trying to be better human beings. They don't see themselves as in the perfect body, right? They don't see themselves as being where they need to be in life. That's the reason why you go to the gym and it's mostly full of really good-looking human beings that are sweating away trying to be better, trying to be like thinner, hotter, because nobody feels comfortable in their own skin. It's not just fat people, not just short people, not just like there's I don't know what the number is, but I bet you maybe 15% of the population is happy with who they are, and most of them are probably overweight.
Something anyway, right? There'll always be something. If everyone looked the fucking same, but they just had a different eye color, they just pick on the fucking eye color.
Yeah. Well, wasn't that the old study from the 1950s? They had school kids, and they separated them by brown eyes and blue eyes. If you had brown eyes,
and fucking what's her name? Yeah. She was like against racism and stuff.
Yeah.
And so in order to show that white people are inherently racist and stuff, she separated all the people in the room based on their eye color. And by the end of the experiment, it was called the blue eyes, brown eyes experiment.
Yeah.
By the end of the experiment, all the people with brown eyes hated the people with blue eyes.
Yeah. And then they flipped it.
Being racist to the people with blue eyes.
The first day it was the blue eyes were the good people and the brown eyes were lesser.
Right.
And they made these little kids feel like shit for having brown eyes. And then the next day the kids came into class. The blue eyed kids had like good night's sleep. They were fucking happy as shit. They come in and the teacher's like, yesterday when I said the blue eyed kids were better, I was wrong. It was the brown eyed kids that were better. Brown eyed kids, you get all these perks. Blue eyed kids, you have to sit in the corner or whatever. And it was like it flipped, and the even though the brown-eyed kids yesterday had felt how bad it was to be ostracized for their eye color, they were right back riding on top, being happy to be the master fucking eye color the next day. It was no empathy really carried over from that. And
also what it did in the study was when they had the grades, the results at the end of the season or whatever it was, at the end of the semester, all the kids with brown eyes obviously did pretty well, and all the kids with blue eyes who had done well before, their grades dropped to a bare minimum because they're being told every day that they're worse than the other kids.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
It's
you guys...
like a fucked up experiment.
Yeah, it totally is.
This Anne was lambasted for.
Yeah, they were like these little ass kids that didn't know any better, and she just like that. That's the social experiment that like FouseyTube wishes he could have pulled off. Cause not like imagine this on YouTube today, having a bunch of like crying little brown-eyed kids on your video. Oh, it'd get eaten up. Everybody would watch it. They'd be like, how dare you? Half the people would be like, how dare you? The other half would be like, oh, that's funny. Those kids were crying. It'd get fucking a million views.
It would have been all right if it lived in the 60s. Social experiments would have been absolutely fine. Times fucking change. Anyways, Billy, I gotta go to fucking bed because I'm dropping.
I'm gonna call it a night too. Stream. Yeah, thanks for stopping through and having a convo with me in the chat and kicking it.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
You want to? I couldn't find the link to your actual Twitch. Do you think you're gonna be twitching soon? Just send people to your Twitter right now. Until then,
it's just going to. I think it's very easy. It's like twitch.tv/Colossal is crazy.
Okay, I'm gonna type that in and try and get anybody here.
For a while. Won't be for a couple weeks or so, but
yeah, go get on the beginning trend here.
And anyone who recorded me rapping, go to hell.
Hey guys, go. This is the link to the Colossal Twitch. I'm pretty sure that's it, right? I don't know if you want to verify.
I'm pretty sure that's it. Just double check. Load.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Cool. Thank you again, Colossal, for chilling with us tonight. And have a good
No
night's
worries.
sleep.
Pleasure. Anytime.
Always enjoy talking with you. So.
And you, man.
Yeah, everybody watching, thanks for watching as well. I'm not gonna do any after party on Discord tonight because I have some shit I gotta get done. I gotta make a phone call. Do some business. Other than that, you guys have a good night.
Cheers, guys.
Peace.